TV ready.
Spawn more overlords.
You have not enough minerals.
You are listening to the Grassroots StarCraft 2 podcast, episode 15, originally released on July 20th, 2023. This episode will be an interview with Diamond Terran, community supporter, streamer, and pilot, PR0METH1UM. All right. Hello, Internet. We are live.
Hello, Internet. Which camera am I on? That one. Cheers.
All right. It's been a while since the podcast, so I'm super rusty, but super happy to have you on, PR0METH1UM. And we put this together really quickly. I think we discussed this like a day or two ago, and now here we are. We're live on the podcast.
Quick turnaround. Good to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, thank you for coming on the podcast. I really knew you'd be on the podcast at some point once ATCD was on. You guys are like brothers. I imagine you do some work together. Maybe you don't. I don't know, but
Yeah, absolutely. Like anytime he's streaming, if I'm free, I'm either watching him or streaming along with him as well. Yeah, I sucked him into this StarCraft world. He had never even played the game until he and I met, and yeah, that we can get to that later on in the deep dive. But yeah, man.
Nice. Shout out to all the early chatters. Kesso, I know how to say your name now. SKJB, Dinkle, of course, and Bubbly Blastoise. And PR0METH1UM, thank you for starting off the podcast with the 100 bits.
Yeah, you're welcome, man.
Greatly appreciated. And you're actually at, I didn't even know this was a thing, but it's your, well, I don't see the line anymore. I refreshed my chat, but it's like 1,000-bit, what is it called?
The 1,000-bit badge, whatever.
1,000-bit badge. Hell yeah.
It's fancy.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay, I gotta not full screen the dock. There we go. Cool.
Oh, there's more bits for you. Nice. Thanks,
Wow,
Steve.
SKJB with the. I have to manually count this. Is there a counter for me? I can't do math ever since switching to Protoss. I've got the ape brain going. We'll say this is 10 bits. Maybe it's more.
Me make bit. Me stream.
13 bits. Okay, lucky number 13. Okay. He gets the 13-bit badge, certainly.
He does.
All right. So just like every podcast, we have a series of topics here. This is kind of the intro phase, but we're going to go into PR0METH1UM as a StarCraft player, talk about history, things like that. We're going to talk about streaming, and I got to be honest, I envy some of your setup. You have a really nice setup.
Yeah, I feel like I have like a very disproportionate level of equipment and skill. Definitely, for like my viewership count and my follower count does not equate for like it does not warrant this level of equipment. But you know, it's fun. It makes you. It's like when you buy new fitness equipment, you go for a run or two or three, or go work out or go lift. When you buy a new piece of gear, it's kind of like that with streaming. It's like, okay, I'm gonna buy a new camera just because Sal said so. It's like, okay, yeah.
Sal
maybe I'll get 200 more MMR because I'll play more because I bought a Go XLR or the SM7B mic or something, but it hasn't worked out that way. So
it just needs time. That's all it needs, you know?
Exactly. Maybe. Yeah. Just marinate in the stream deck and the camera and everything else. But so for everybody out there, just stream, play the game with what you got. And then as you grow, then buy better stuff.
Start streaming from your calculator and then build up from there.
If it's a TI-83 Plus, you can at least play Doom, you know? I don't know. You can at least download build orders.
All right, so we'll talk about you as a streamer. We're going to talk about community because you're very involved in the community. I would say that you're known in the community as a fan, as a supporter, so we can talk about that.
I think so. I've run into people on Ladder that are like PR0METH1UM from Winter's chat or Sal's chat or from Bronze League Heroes, and like people recognize me just by my name on Ladder or in other chats or once yeah, once I meet people at Atlanta and tell them my name, they're like, "Oh yeah, I know you." Yeah, it's like holy shit. But, yep, I think yeah, it's good to be on this podcast because like yeah, the community will now see me, hear my story through 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 your channel and everything else. But yeah,
For sure, for sure. And then at the end, we're going to have a little bit different. We might talk a little bit more about like career, non-SC2 related, maybe how some of your personal life relates to SC2. I feel like in a lot of things in my life, SC2 has, the things I've learned in SC2 and through the community in SC2 has been applicable to other areas of my life.
Yeah, I can think of a lot of tie-ins for sure. Yeah.
And then finally, we'll have the text-based Q&A with chat. So this is the first of many reminders throughout the episode. I'll remind you, chat. So I want to see some questions in the chat for Prometheum, StarCraft related primarily. But of course, once we get into the personal stuff, feel free to ask there as well too. So anytime there's a question in the chat, I'm going to put it in the doc and we'll address it at the end of the show.
I'm excited for that part. That part's going to be good. I know SKJB and Akeso will have questions. They my homies. They're the OG. When I stream, if there's 3 or 4 people in chat, it's those guys. Yeah.
Just adjusting my lighting a little bit here because the Google Doc is so bright. It provides.
It's your key light.
It's my key light. If you guys start streaming and you don't have a light, just use a Google Doc facing you and you're good to go.
Yeah. That's actually not a bad idea. I don't know. Just an open blank spreadsheet.
All right. This is first question here. I put into the doc. But let's get going to the player section here. Interesting. I think it looks like you actually filled out this part here. I want to say
just to remind myself of some details to hit on. Yeah. Yep.
You are organized. I will say you are the first guest that has like filled out this. Normally we just leave the questions and we kind of answer ad hoc during the show. But I would say you're prepared.
There's definitely some points I want to hit for the viewers, and like I've had some really cool opportunities with my unique career being a professional pilot, flying internationally since October. I've had some really cool opportunities on my layovers, and the way I can structure my flying schedule, I can have large chunks of time off to go to all these events. So like it would be a crime for me not to take advantage of crafting my schedule so that I can, no pun intended, really, to take advantage of going to as many things as I can and meet as many people as I can. But yeah, we can start at the beginning though. Well, let's start at the beginning because that's what we got here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
So my name is Prometheum. I'm from Wisconsin originally. Grew up playing video games and grew up with the original computers. Like we had Atari and gaming systems. Like we had Atari, we had Windows 3.1. We had original Nintendo, Sega Genesis. I was never like a hardcore gamer though. Like there was never one game or game system that I like hooked onto, but computers, definitely always computers. I did 1 year of computer science in college, and I'd say I got into the Blizzard realm because of my uncle. He gave us a copy of Diablo 1, and from there I saw the logo, the Blizzard logo on the box of StarCraft, like the original StarCraft, not even Brood War. I saw that at the store. I'm like, I want this. Can I get this? And Mom bought it for me, and like, this game was fun, man. I kept playing it. My brother Matt, my brother Chris, they both played it. And I'm the youngest of 4. And I think that's like, if you have older brothers, like they're always better than you at stuff. So it really creates a competitive drive in you naturally in sports, in knowledge, in chess, in computer games. So I think that's where I got a lot of my motivational drive and competitiveness, which I really attribute that to actually family and birth order kind of thing, which is kind of weird, but whatever, if that stuff's true or not. But yeah, I would attribute like where we got our Blizzard start to my uncle that gave us Diablo 1. I played that game quite a bit, but then StarCraft 1, played that a lot, mostly just on LAN between two computers in our basement between my brother Chris and I didn't play too much ladder. And I was completely oblivious to the competitive scene at that time. And then, like, I don't know, just went to college and literally stopped playing video games for like 16 years. Like, didn't play. Like, Guitar Hero is probably like my second most hours played video game. Pretty good at Guitar Hero. I could play Freebird on Expert, or I could back then, but I don't know. Yeah, other gaming stuff. Let's see. So I got back into StarCraft actually because of flying. So, I guess let's back up. I did 4 years of college, got a degree in economics, did 2 years of financial advising. And then like that was during 2008, 2009. That sucked, like, the recession and stuff. So I actually joined the Marine Corps for 4 years, 2010 to 2014. And then I got like bit by the aviation bug hardcore there because I did kind of like air traffic control type stuff, but we were talking to planes all the time. And I knew that I wanted to use my GI Bill to get my flight ratings, all my flight pilot license and everything. So I did that, finished flight school in like 2016, early 2016. And then my first flight job was aerial survey. And I went out for 10 months living out of hotels and airplanes and like not making a lot of money and just stuck in hotels if the weather was bad or at night, obviously. Oh yeah, crayons taste good, man. Blue ones taste like sky. The Marine Corps, rah. But yeah, on this aerial survey job, all I would do is just fly for like 6 to 10 hours a day and then go back to the hotel and play StarCraft and watch Twitch, because that's when I discovered Twitch was like 2016. I definitely was late. Definitely late to the video game scene by then. But I was just blown away at the community that Twitch was created in 2016, 2017. Like the biggest streamer for StarCraft obviously is Winter, and I was just watching his YouTube videos and his stream all the time. And then when I was flying, like literally the aerial survey job, we were just doing farmer routes all the way back and forth. So it was pretty mindless. It was really easy, really fun. But yeah, that's how I got hooked back on StarCraft, because I would just go back to the hotel and play on my laptop and on shitty Wi-Fi, and it was pretty fun.
This is a lot to digest here, so I'm just kind of recap of what you just said. So you're from Wisconsin, youngest of four. Your gaming really started with consoles. Like you said, nothing serious, nothing super competitive. And I can totally relate, because I grew up to similar, like more casual type of gaming compared to like competitive StarCraft ladder. Super Nintendo, N64.
Yeah, some Sonic here and there, but never got into like the Halo thing, or never got into first-person shooters or stuff. But yeah. Mm-hmm.
What stuck out to me is you were talking about Diablo 1 being like your first Blizzard game, and then you saw the original StarCraft in the store, and what came out to you was like, it wasn't like maybe even like the picture of the game itself on the box, but what you said is it was the Blizzard logo.
Yeah.
And this is just like an example of marketing that just like, it's a bad word to use maybe, but like lured you in of like into the game. Was like you saw this logo and you're like, this looks cool.
Absolutely.
This could be like a really fun game. And
absolutely. I played Diablo. I knew it was a quality game with in-depth storyline and controllability, and everything was solid about it for a game back then. Like, this company makes good products. Let me buy this other good product. It's got to be good. It turned out to be okay. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And this is something I think we will see as time unfolds for Stormgate in the future. Is like, this is going to be Frost Giant's first product. They've already given us like tons of content on it. It's now in this like closed alpha kind of stage, but I think thinking beyond like Stormgate, what's like the +1 to Stormgate as far as a product goes? It'll be interesting to see how they do with like everything, like marketing. Of course, everybody cares about gameplay, the competitive, the financial aspect for the pro players. So
I would say everybody who's in the RTS scene already knows that they might as well slap a Blizzard sticker on there as far as the quality and gameplay, and like, it's going to be a very like complete game just by the background of who's involved with it.
Yeah, definitely. And it's also interesting you said that you said zero gaming for, what was it, 10 plus years. You didn't game for a very, very long time. And
Yeah.
I can relate to that too. I had, for me, it was running. I was used to be a runner
Yep.
in my
Too.
high school, like 20-year-old time frame. And
Yeah.
I took a similar amount of time off from that and came back to it for I did it for about a year and a half. So it's really cool to see people, something that used to be their passion, they take a long break from it, but you still know, like, deep in your core, like your cybernetics core or whatever, that you like doing that, and you can always come back to doing something that you used to do. So you gotta be.
Even during those years, there was in the back of my mind to come back and play it. I knew StarCraft 2 came out, and I knew it was there, like, and I knew that I would like it. So, like, part of me probably didn't play it back then. Like, I knew it came out and I would enjoy it. I probably knew deep down that I would enjoy it too much, and it would take away too much of my time, because when it came out in 2010 or whatever, I was in the Marine Corps. Like, if I would have wasted time playing StarCraft, not wasted time, because I think StarCraft has some positive attributes that tie over, but life would be different, I think, if I committed a significant amount of time to StarCraft instead of taking care of my Marines. I was an officer in the Marine Corps, so, like, I had some things to take care of for sure.
This is so interesting. I wonder, what is the percentage of people that play Terran that have been a Marine in their life? Like, you were actually a literal Marine before you started playing the game.
Yeah, literally a Marine. Yeah. That is a good question. I know of some other StarCraft, mostly just chatters that I mean, we got one right there. Kirktown said he was, oh no, I was an officer and I was in the air wing. So I might as well not have been a Marine. I couldn't have had a more cushy job in the Marine Corps. Yeah, exactly. I spawned from the barracks.
Prometheum spawned from a barracks. This is a great
literally.
meme. We need somebody that's good with, like, video editing to create this meme. We need a literal, like, a current ladder map. We need a barracks, and we need a Nish. We need Nish up in here.
I'm going, sir.
We need Nish is good at this stuff. He can cut out your face, your head, put it onto Marine, and it's like, what is the sound that Marines make when they pop from a barracks? It's like trivia time.
Yeah,
Anybody
no kidding.
know?
Ready? They say go 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 when you move them a lot.
Go go go. Okay, yeah. Just one of those little sayings of Marines.
Yeah.
So an officer, what do you equate an officer to, as far as, like, if you think a Marine, like Marine without stim, without combat shield? An officer probably has both, right? Stim and combat shield.
An officer is probably like it equated to a StarCraft unit would probably be a pilot or better. Like, there are no enlisted level pilots.
Oh,
yet.
Kirktown Vet Gamer, this is great. Officer is the command center calling down the mules. Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm drinking my coffee. I'm sitting back. That was literally me. My second deployment to the Combined Air Operations Center in Doha, Qatar, or in Qatar. That was me sitting behind massive computer screens, watching the combined air picture of CENTCOM. That was my job, was combining radio or radar pictures to one combined air picture. That was literally my job, sitting in the command center. So yeah, absolutely, that was me. Yep, I'm the person. I'm like the. Yeah, absolutely. I'm the person, like, playing StarCraft, essentially. Like, I'm commanding troops around. That's more of, like, obviously a general or colonel level, but I got out as captain. So I hit second lieutenant, first lieutenant, and captain 03.
Very nice. Very nice. I know very little about the military, but it sounds like you're very, very accomplished in that. So
I look back at that and I know I could have done better and I should have done better. There were a lot of lieutenants in my unit. So, like, there was like a diffusion of responsibility. So none of us, like, really did a lot, because we always kind of just pointed fingers, like definitely the Spider-Man meme right there. Like, I thought you were going to do PT with the Marines or something. Like, so it was a weird unit, very non-traditional, platoon fire team squad kind of thing in the air wing side. It was different.
I think there's a lot of content opportunity to correlate this whole being a Marine thing with like StarCraft 2. Like I'm thinking of like infinite amount of memes now that someone in the chat was SKJB said that you spawned from a barracks. There's infinite
probably.
content here, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, if anything, I was probably so what we did, we were called tactical air traffic controllers, and we would route tankers, fighters, UAVs. We would clear airspace if there was a call for fire. There's these awesome things called HIMARS that would shoot telephone pole-sized rockets up and over, and we would have to clear airspace, like a cylinder of airspace, and then from 24,000 to 60,000 feet, and then another cylinder of airspace on the other side where where we're going kinetic. So like clearing all that airspace was so much fun. Like we had like 2 minutes to get all the airplanes, and if we had time, the UAVs out of the like line of fire of this telephone pole. But like we were in a Connex box, like playing video games. Essentially, we were looking at dots on a screen. We had text chat. We had telephones, which we didn't use too often. Yeah, 2 minutes to land the Vikings or get them out of the splash damage for sure.
What you just described to me sounds like I'm not sure if you've seen like some of the latest Stormgate content, but the game where TLO played versus who was it? It wasn't. I forgot the name.
One of the programmers, right?
Yeah, one of the devs.
Yeah, I forget his name. You'll say it, and
somebody in chat will say it. So TLO played somebody in Stormgate.
Yeah,
it was the PC Gamer live show with Day9. This is the content they showed. It was the unit is called Atlas. And Atlas kind of looks like a tank, but it shoots this like massive like a flare kind of looking thing that does AoE damage. And that to what you just described sounds like an Atlas in Stormgate.
Nice. A HIMARS rocket. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
We got a lot of folks in the chat now. It's good to see you all. Yeah, so let's keep going with the topic of you as a player here. The next thing kind of here is you discovered Twitch and some big time streamers like Winter and Muslim.
Yeah. So after my first pilot job, I only did that for 10 months because then I got enough flight hours to get my second pilot job, was actually doing Grand Canyon tours, which I loved. That was so much fun. That was 2 weeks on, 1 week off. So 2 weeks of flying and then 1 week off. Like, what am I going to do on my 1 week off? I'm going to play video games. That was fun. Like in entry level pilot jobs, we really don't make a lot of money. So like, I don't want to go out and do like 20-year-old things and spend my money. I'm fine staying home playing video games. So I'd watch Winter and be like, this streaming thing's kind of cool. And let's give this a try. So I'd stream, watch Winter, hang out in his chat a lot, and I really like as a chatter definitely developed a relationship with him. Like you know the smart people, you know the good people in your chat or whatever, and I think I was that person for him. And later on, when we get to it, when I met him in BlizzCon 2017 and 2018, that helped out. Like, oh yeah, you're a consistent chatter. You're not a, as Winter called SKJB, not a fuckboy. Like, it helps to just be a consistent, helpful chatter and not like, hey, streamer, why did you do this? You should have done this or whatever. I definitely made comments like that early on. Like, I didn't know Liberators couldn't shoot buildings when I was watching Winter one time. And I said, why? It was a draw. Winter had a draw with somebody. I'm like, you've got Liberators. Can't they shoot the buildings? And I'm like, oh, I'm stupid. Weird. But yeah, dabbled in streaming a little bit just on my laptop and a secondary monitor or whatever. And then like I would absolutely time my streams because at the time DeMuslim was hosting super low view count Terran streamers. So yeah, I would absolutely time my streams to be streaming, which would work really well because he's in the UK or Sweden at the time, maybe. I'm not sure which one, but yeah, I would be streaming at 3 p.m., 4 p.m. Great. And then, yeah, he gave me my first big raid, 700, 800 people. And that got me Twitch affiliate and that probably hooked me. Like that was fun from then on. There's some OG chatters that are still stop by pre to Muslim Raid before I was even affiliate. So that's super cool to see them come around. And then like once you get affiliate from one big raid, like it really motivates you to keep dabbling in it. I wouldn't say I'm a consistent streamer. I've never had a strict schedule like, oh yeah, see you guys at 8 p.m. or whatever. But yeah, I would keep going. And yeah, I started uploading some games to YouTube. And one of them turned out to be Winter's 4th Bronze League Heroes. Oh my God. That's funny.
We've got an interesting chat's talking about the Muslim a bit here.
You're talking about the Muslim. I thought you were talking about me because I've had some mean chatters too. Like, oh yeah, I'm balding too, man. Yeah, that's funny that he banned you for that. But anyway, yeah, I am Bronze League Heroes number 4. When I was like in Silver League, so like I go that far back and like, yeah, it's.
Wait, is that actually the episode of Bronze League Heroes? You were actually featured in a Bronze League Heroes episode?
Yep, number 4.
Let's look this up. Bronze League Heroes.
I'm the Home Depot Terran.
Okay, Monster Cat versus Fat Black Cat?
No, it's still Prometheum versus I couldn't say his name. It's a Chinese name. Zhui? No. Bronze League Heroes number 4, episode number 4 from probably like 2017 or 2018.
Let's see, Bronze League Heroes.
You could probably look up Home Depot Terran.
Home Depot. Is it one word? Home Depot Terran?
No, probably 3 words, yeah.
Oh, Home Depot.
Nice raid, Ranger. What's up, guys? How you doing?
Wow, Ranger with a massive raid of 51 people. Thank you, sir, for the raid.
Let's go, Rangers.
Welcome, everyone. This is the Grassroots StarCraft 2 podcast. We're having a nice conversation with Mr. Promethium here. Still fairly early on in the episode, so you didn't miss too much here. We're talking about Promethium as a player, kind of his history in gaming. And right now, we're specifically talking about Winter StarCraft had an episode of Bronze League Heroes, episode number 4. Oh my gosh, Winter has like emo hair in this Bronze League here.
It's a different time for sure. Yeah.
This was 6 years ago. I found the link. I'm gonna put it in chat right now.
Yeah. So let me preface this game with I was losing a lot of games, and I attribute it to not creating enough workers and not creating enough supply depots. So I go into this game and I am literally making only workers and supply depots. And then I get to like minute 8 or 10, and then I finally like, okay, well, I'm at /200 supply. I'm gonna start making Marines, and then that's where I like really start playing the game. So it starts out like kind of like a Smurf-ish, but this is a real ladder game. The comments on it are so funny. I love it. It was so funny. But yeah, it turned out to be a weird ass game.
The top comment on this video: I like Promethium's style. He believes in positive thinking. I can build faster than you can destroy.
That pretty much sums it up. It's a good watch. It's a good watch. I
will definitely watch this. Oh, it's a little bit lengthy. It's 27 minutes, but I'll give it a watch. This is some old times. Winter is using was that a Blue Yeti?
Yeah, I've got the mic up here. Yeah, I've got a Blue Yeti. Everyone started at a Blue Yeti. There's no shame in it.
Yep. I had a Blue Yeti a long time ago, actually.
Yeah. Anything is better than your laptop microphone.
For sure.
Yeah. So yeah, let's see. The Muslim Raid, Winter, hanging out with Winter in. I guess that's probably where we go next. So,
actually, I want to rewind a bit here. So starting with so you started playing, as far as Blizzard games go, Diablo 1, the original StarCraft Brood War. Did you play ranked in StarCraft or StarCraft Brood War?
Yeah, there's definitely some games out there. I don't know if there's a server with those on there. There's definitely games out there, very few, probably less than 100. Yeah, less than 100. I would play the campaigns. I would play LAN with my brother. But if there's any any record or any like usernames out there, it'd probably be like Archon 8 or something. I loved Archons back then, but I would still play Terran. I would just make a shitload of tanks usually. Yeah.
Okay. And then starting with StarCraft 2, did you start in Bronze League, or were you, as the name Bronze League Hero implies, you were in Bronze League?
No, I was in Silver for that one. I don't think I ever like finished a season in Bronze, but like I was probably ranked in Bronze maybe for a few games, but not very long. I was definitely Silver for like a month or two, and then probably Gold for maybe 4 or 5 months, and then Platinum for a long time. Definitely Platinum for a long time. Can't remember when I broke into Diamond 3, but I've been hard stuck at Diamond 3 for a while. Top MMR somewhere in the 3400s. Never cracked into Diamond 2. I'm just too stubborn. Like, don't want to learn control groups. Don't want to learn a strict build order. Like, if my first 2 minutes are perfect, that would be impressive. But like, I don't know. I do just like doing weird builds and drinking when I play. It's definitely a handicap. So, you know, I'm content with how much effort I put in. It's fine with me. It's entertaining, and I don't do it often. I mean, I've definitely cut back the amount of playing that I do. But like when I'm flying, I do bring my laptop and a nice camera and stuff. But it's kind of work to just set it up, and the Wi-Fi might not be great. So if I don't play on a laptop and shitty Wi-Fi, then I come back after 2 weeks or 3 weeks of flying, and I'm like definitely rusty. So that's frustrating. So like it's tough to like, I don't know. The motivation isn't there to get better, but I enjoy.
You know, I think that's fine. I think exactly what Ranger just said in chat. That's a good way to enjoy the game, right?
Yeah.
I think a lot of us, we watch some of the top players, or even if they're not a top, like if they're not a Cyril, like if you're still, you know, like GM, like Ranger's GM, right? These people are significantly better than us. And sometimes we put, at least me, I put it on myself, like, why can't I play as good as these people? And you try hard for a bit, and then you hit that wall of like frustration where you're not enjoying the game. And at the end of the day, I think we need to look at it and be like, we're playing a video game. We're playing it for fun. We're not getting paid to play the game on a professional level. And if we can keep it fun with like a combination of like maybe trying to improve every once in a while.
Yeah.
Or even like Ranger's saying now, coaching. That I've never tried coaching, but that's definitely an option for folks who really want to take it kind of to the next level.
Yeah. But yeah, just being aware of why you're frustrated. And I think Nero talks about this a ton. Like, we're getting artificial satisfaction because of our accomplishments and achievements by winning somebody, by outsmarting somebody, by being superior through strategy and things. But in the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't mean anything. So you just gotta like it's fine. You push the buttons faster than somebody else, and you outsmarted them. Good for you. But like, is that a worthy achievement or accomplishment to like really get frustrated over? It's fine if you lose. Somebody outsmarted you. You can pat them on the back, shake their hand, and say that was good. You cheesed the hell out of me. I don't like it, but all right, next game. Let's go. I have learned.
Yeah, for sure. And you talked about Neuro. I just gave a shout out to Neuro. Neuro's YouTube channel. He's now doing a bit of like variety of game content, but there are gems of StarCraft 2, and I don't mean like casting professional replays. He has some mentality videos that are good. Yeah, they're super good. So if you're struggling with like the mental aspect of StarCraft 2, I would highly recommend Neuro's YouTube channel. Some of those mental videos on StarCraft, like, you know, being respectful to yourself and your opponent.
I think respectful to yourself is the most important thing, because we all try hard at this game, and you get frustrated that you're not getting better and that you get beat by stupid shit. It's like, it's easy to beat yourself up over that. And it's like, it's fine. It's okay. You don't have to get better. Just, the game is designed to match you with a worthy opponent, and you're going to get beat up half the time.
Right. Yeah. The acceptance that you should be at 50% of wherever you're at is something to kind of mentally revisit for sure.
Yep.
Okay. So your max MMR is 3,400. Which it's honestly, I don't know, can chat remind me, what is diamond percentage? Like diamond is like top.
Yeah. If you're
12?
diamond, you're above 60%. You're in the top. You're easily in the top 50%. I think even plat two might be 50%.
Right. Which this is like, for considering how difficult this game is, I think we all need to take a step back and realize how difficult this game is. And we normalize seeing the top like 0.5% of players this is normal because they have that, like we see on a regular basis, like someone like Big Gabe, right? He gets thousands of viewers. He's like top GM, one of the top Terrans in the world, right? Yeah. And we might normalize that, like, this is just how you should be in this game. No way, man. No way.
So in prep for this podcast, I actually dug through my my old YouTube videos, and like when I was like flying my aerial survey plane, like I said, it was a mindless job. I was just flying farmer routes back and forth, doing aerial survey with like topography and stuff. I came up with this graph of build order strength and build order execution. And I thought this was funny that I thought I'd share with chat. I think I can share my screen. And no, turn off camera. No, share screen. There we go. Share your screen. Let's see.
Let's see if this works, because I do crop the video a bit.
Let's see if this works.
There we go.
Okay. All right. So this is the graph. So down here you have Bronze League in the bottom left. The gray is Silver League. Gold is Gold. Platinum's in there, and then Diamond, and then Masters, and then GM. All right.
Drunk.
So all right. On the x-axis, you have build order strength. Like if you choose a good build order, that's a 10 build order, but you execute it poorly, you could be in Silver League, and if you execute it poorly, you're going to be in Bronze League. Yeah, math time, chat. Yeah, let's go. Build order execution is on the y-axis. So a 10 out of 10 build order strength, you picked up a good build order. Build order execution, you execute it perfectly, you should be able to get into GM. That's what it is, right? So if you pick a bad build order and you execute it well, you go into the Smurf zone, like people that are doing, 4 Starport BC or some weird shit. Like you're Smurf in the upper left hand. And then down here, like if you're a good build order, like you could execute it drunk, but you're not going to execute it, or the build order, but you're not going to execute it well. So, it might be in the drunk there. But yeah, so I just thought this was a really funny graph that I came up with. And I think I even put it on Reddit or something. I'm not sure I don't know if this has any merit, but I feel like the population, like volume, is about right. It's like, I don't know. It's funny. I just thought, like, this was what, 3 years ago? No, 3 years ago. That's all. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I just thought it was funny because, like, in prep for this, I was getting ready for it, and I was like. Like, when did I actually start playing? When did I start uploading to YouTube? It turns out that my first video is the game for Bronze League Heroes. But yeah, I don't know. That was funny.
So that video, you're explaining this graph?
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Feel free to link that in the chat.
Okay. Sure. Like, I don't think it's like accurate, but it's funny musings. That's all. Yeah. It's funny, but my YouTube actually kind of took off on its own because I made these lower league lessons where I explained every single unit in detail per race. So I've got one Terran video, one Zerg video, and one Protoss video. And those actually get a lot of views still to this day. I'm surprised by it. I could update them too and do okay. But yeah, I think there's a market for like gold and below lesson guides on silly things, and I've actually written a script. So I was deadheading on a plane for like 10 hours from, I don't even know, Hong Kong to LA or whatever, and I started typing up a script for lower league lessons, cloaked and burrowed units, and where I talk in detail about each cloaked unit that each race has and how you can counter it, and then all your detectors that you could use. Like, I really think there's a lower league lesson market out there for YouTube content and shorts. I
agree. Yeah, because the vast percentage of players is, let's say, plat and below.
Yeah,
and the relatability is there, right? There's so much more relatability.
Getting sharked by DTs or lurkers all the time. If you know, it's like, all right, how do you fix that? Turrets in a bunker on your third base or something. I don't know. Shit ton of tanks.
For sure. Shout out to Mr. Dave Testa for the sub during this little conversation here. Thank you, Dave.
I'm Giga Chad, Dave. I'm Giga Chad.
All right, Chad, friendly reminder to please post questions for Prometheum. We're going to have a Q&A at the end of the podcast. We have only one question so far. Oh, actually, I think somebody asked about StarCraft 3. Who asked about that? So we can talk about the StarCraft 3 like rumor tweet thing. There was like a drunk tweet from someone.
Yeah. Yeah. I have opinions about that, and like it's related to Frost Giant as well. My thoughts are that if Frost Giant is a success, we will see StarCraft 3. That's my opinion.
And I think we're starting to see like little glimpses of that. There was a drunk tweet, a quote unquote drunk tweet from a Blizzard employee this past week. Yeah. The tweet was drunk in all caps, drunk AMA, and then somebody replied SC3 question mark, and I forgot what the response was exactly. Chat, you can help me with this
I think it was just a smiley face or something, right? Zombie Grub did a video on it.
Right. And I agree with you about like if Stormgate is successful, the likelihood of StarCraft 3 happening, especially now with I think the Microsoft acquisition of Blizzard like finalized recently. So and we just heard this week that Blizzard, starting with I think Overwatch is kind of like, I don't know too much about Overwatch, but Overwatch is the first game that's going to be going to Steam fairly soon. And so if they're thinking about SC3 plus Steam, because they saw Frost Giant is going the Steam route with the whole, I mean, they're starting off with the whole wish list thing. It's now in the top 100 wish list. And so I think Blizzard is like, crap, if we're going to do a StarCraft 3, these are maybe some behind the scenes conversations they're having of like, if we're going to do a StarCraft 3, our main competitor is going to be ex-employees, a whole Frost Giant thing. They're already on Steam. If we don't go Steam and we stay in our own ecosystem, we're missing out on like, you know, market cap, like player base, everything, right?
Yep. The player base for StarCraft 2, I think, is good enough and loyal enough. Like, it's sustained for so long. So why wouldn't you potentially look into a StarCraft 3 that you can pull this player base into? And like, people are still playing StarCraft 1. People are still playing Brood War. Like, competitively, you know, it's not a cash cow for them, but like if it's a residual income, like isn't that good enough to at least maintain? I don't know. That's an interesting question for finance people.
For sure. StarCraft 2++. Is that a reference to like C++? I don't know what the plus is.
Yeah. So here's Zombie Grub's video where she talks about it, and it is Jez Corden, drunk AMA, and somebody asked StarCraft 3, and he just responds with, "Yup." And then somebody says, "Do you know anything?"
Oh, I need to be subscribing to Zombie Grub here.
And then he says, at Jez Gordon, "Yep." So, I mean, you know, it's very cryptic because the person doesn't say, will there be a StarCraft 3? They only say StarCraft 3. Like, he could be saying, "Yep," just because he's drunk and malicious or something, just being like, "Yeah, let's see the Reddit threads now. Let's go." Right? I could see that. He responds with, "You know anything?" And the guy says, "Yep," again, which means nothing at all. Like, "You know anything" could be like, "Yes, I know it's never going to happen," or it could be, "Yep, I know people are talking about it." You know, it's very ambiguous.
Right. But it's
if it was a drunk AMA, like I would have fun with it too. I don't blame the guy for being yeah.
This is tugging on the copium, hopium, the hope strings of all current RTS fans and players for sure.
Exactly. Yeah. The thing is, like, I hope Stormgate is a good game, but I don't think that I have the motivation or cognitive surplus to relearn a new game. I like StarCraft 2. I know it pretty well in depth, at least to play at the diamond level and cast it once in a while and do tournaments. And I like the community too. So if there's new young whippersnapper players, like, I'm not going to like it as much. You know, it's going to be different. It'll be a different beast. And I like you guys. I like my, let me see over here. I like my APOP. I like my Killjoy patches, my Hupsaya, my It's PCH, Practice X. I like Maynard. Maynard's stopped StarCraft 2, but you know, I like these people, right? We're going to have some new people come in for Stormgate just because they're like testing it out, and you know, I don't like outsiders. We naturally don't like outsiders. So
I think one of the less spoken hurdles about switching like from a primary game of StarCraft 2 for a lot of us to something like Stormgate, like you said, is it's the vocabulary. We all know medevac.
Yep.
We
know 211, we know timings, we know, you know, like, yeah, we know this stuff in depth, and it takes a lot of effort to get to this point. And like, I don't know if I have it in me to learn a new game. I think
I have it in me. I think it's just going to take a long time to, and I think a lot of that is like the community or like the pros. They're going to develop build orders. We're going to start to adopt them. Where there's going to be this massive experimental phase that's probably already happening behind closed doors with the closed alpha. But yeah, like, we know 211. We even have like slang for like Hellions, or like Hearthstone loves saying cars for Hellions.
Yeah. Oh yeah, fire cars. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the Penguin build, Penguin Brothers. You know, do you know the Penguin Brothers build?
I don't know that one.
That's a euthermal thing of Hellbats and Landed Vikings and just anything that waddles. So Thors, Hellbats, the Penguin Brothers. Man, that's a good build. It's fun to watch him do that. Yeah, I think there's a nostalgia of StarCraft 2 in its early days when people were figuring it out. It was so much fun. We look at those videos now and we're like, of course you build a wall at your ramp or whatever. Like, of course you do. But they didn't do it back then. The first 2, 3, 4, 5 years of StarCraft 2 pro games, they didn't even build walls. And we look back at that like in nostalgia, like, man, those were the good old days. And now we have that chance to do it with Stormgate. Yeah, anything that waddles build. I like Euthermal. He's funny. But yeah, that is the hope with Stormgate, is that it gives us those feelings again of, I have the chance to be innovative, to be the one that a build is named after or comes up with, like, oh yeah, of course you wall off your ramp. Of course, like, you could build a bunker and cannon rush somebody, or, you know, I don't know. That's I think a lot of the drive behind the hope of Stormgate, and it's the right people. It's the right people putting the game together. So we definitely could get it.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you, Dave, for the questions. I've added them. We'll address these kind of at the end here, and let's finish off the player topic here. The last bullet point we have here is talking about flying for career, and you look. It sounds like you met up with Roddy and even Tasteless and Special.
Yeah, man, I've got such. I feel very lucky. I've worked hard to get here, but man, I don't deserve some of the opportunities that I feel like I've been given in this. I haven't been to a GSL yet. That is on my list. But since October, I have been flying internationally. I had a layover in Amsterdam, and I took a train down to see Roddy. A couple months prior to that, though. Roddy and some of his viewers, like, he's got a New York Yankees jersey, and some people were giving him shit like, oh, you need a real man's jersey, like, give me a Boston jersey, or like, I'll give you one, or you need an Atlanta Braves jersey or something. I'm like, none of these chatters will actually do it. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to send him a Milwaukee Brewers jersey. And I put Rotterdam, and I gave him number 8 on the jersey. Excuse me. And so, yeah, I made that jersey, and I sent it to him. And he's like, this thing is sick, dude. This is amazing. So, like, he knew me from that. And, like, I've been in his chat for a while, too. But, yeah, that day, like, he's like, this jersey is sick. He gave me mod, and he's like, dude, like, we're going to hang out next LAN or whatever. I'm like, actually, I have a layover in Amsterdam next month. Like, you want to meet up? It's like, cool. So I brought him a bottle of, actually, it's Canadian whiskey. It wasn't even good stuff. So I flew over there. I flew to like Frankfurt and then Frankfurt to Amsterdam and had like 3 days in Amsterdam. It was a great layover. It was amazing. And like, yeah, I met up with Roddy, went over to his house. We had lunch. It was amazing. It was great. Yeah, that's the Roddy story. Yeah.
That's dope. I very briefly met Roddy when he was working at the WCS in Burbank, California. Nice. I flew down with a group of friends, actually in the clan I'm in, the Towel clan on North America. We're a bunch of close real life friends. And it's back when Nathanius and Rotterdam were streaming in the Burbank studio.
Nice. Oh, yeah. Good old days. I was flying for a regional airline out of Compass, or out of LA back then. And I remember being on reserve. Like, I was on call to fly. Like, I had to show up to the plane within 30 minutes if they called me. And I saw WCS was going on from the studio there. And like, I know, like, they didn't have a live audience back then or whatever. Like, man, it'd be so cool to go up there. They're just up the road. I'm in LA, in a closet in the airport. Please let me out. Oh, God, reserve sucks.
So how did you meet Tasteless and Special? I mean, Tasteless has been in Korea forever. So you were in Korea?
Yeah, we fly to Korea very often. I have layovers in Incheon, Korea quite often. Yep. Yeah, so I met Special at DreamHack Atlanta in November. Just mentioned that, yeah, I'll be flying to Incheon a lot. Let me know if you want me to bring anything over for you or whatever. So I've been talking to Special for a while. And then, yeah, Special was streaming. I had a layover there. I figured out the train system, headed down there, have lunch, or had dinner, Korean barbecue, Korea, Special, and his friend Alex. I'm sorry, Alex.
Hold on, I think we have a little glitch in your audio here and your videos. No. We have the video. The video is frozen. Let me check the Discord here. Okay, it's coming back online here.
Oh no!
That was pretty funny, actually. Your video was frozen, and it was like
I saw it. Yeah, I look like I'm very expressive there.
Oh no! It's happening again, chat.
No.
Okay. Mom, get off the phone.
Oh, this is not good.
Okay, we might have to like restart the Discord call here. I'm on Ethernet. I never use Wi-Fi on my desktop, so and the OBS quality is still green, so I'm not getting any dropping what appears on my end. Chat, am I lagging a bit here? It seems like I'm good, but I think it's just my... Okay. Go ahead, Prometheum.
Is it on my end?
Yeah, your audio is now delayed. And
is it coming back? How about now?
The video is good, but the audio is delayed from the video. So it might be Discord.
It might come back. I think it was me.
Okay, it's back. It's back now. It's good.
Okay. All right. I think we just had a little heat blip. It is still 106 degrees here in Phoenix.
Oh, at 9:30
p.m.
Your internet cables are melting.
I think so. I think they really are. Are we back? Are we fully back?
We're back. We're back. Yep.
Oh, okay. Oh man. I told some really funny jokes during that too. That sucks, man.
Oh, that
Can
sucks.
You guys all give me some pity laughs or something? I think I was just talking about meeting up with Special and Tasteless. Can I
get an F in the chat for Prometheum and his overheated internets?
Yeah, it's hot. So yeah, I have 6 cats. I don't have 6 cats. I have 1 dog, and it's my Airbnb guest's dog. Melted Cat 6. I like it. That's where that came from.
Okay, so you were saying, yeah, we're back. You were saying that you met up with Special in I can't pronounce it, Incheon.
Yeah, Incheon. Yeah,
Incheon.
yeah, I met Special in Atlanta. cool, fine. He was streaming at the time, and I just jumped in his chat and said, "Hey, man, I'm in Incheon. You want to go get dinner?" He's like, "Cool, man. Yeah, let's go." So
Sensation said special moving in with Prometheum Pog. So was special an Airbnb guest of yours?
no, not yet. Anyway, I would definitely host a team house here though in Phoenix though. I don't know if people would move in though.
Was it EG? Was it EG? EG had a team house in Phoenix, right?
Did they really? Wow.
It was. I believe it was Arizona. I think it was Phoenix. Chad, help me out here.
That'd be sick.
Back in like the Idra days, I'm pretty sure the team house was it before they moved to California, or no, California was the Root House, but I think EG like
moving in
when Idra was like he would stream and rage. I'm pretty sure it was Phoenix, Arizona.
That would be funny. We're gonna wrestle. whoa, man! I am a Marine. I don't tap out, man. You get choked out.
We got a bunch of folks in chat that want to be in on this C2 team house now.
I've thought about it, man. It's crossed my mind. I got a decent house over here, man. Now, pretty good. But yeah, I had dinner with Special and his friend Alex, who's a Protoss player. Has got some dogs. He's like I think he's in computer science, computer work. Cool dude. I like those guys. And then Special like just casually says, "Oh, you want to go meet Tasteless?" I'm like, "No way!" Like yeah, let's see what he's doing. Maybe we'll meet up. Like he was like 3 or 4 blocks away, so we walked down there and had some drinks, had some more food, and yeah, had a great time with Tasteless and Special and Alex and Tasteless's girlfriend. Yeah, it was fun, man. It was fun. I don't remember the end of it. It was funny. Yeah, Tasteless and his girlfriend put me in a cab to get me back to my hotel, and yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, that sounds like a good time. You know who's talking a side topic about related to Tasteless, but Tasteless has some funny shorts content, and if anybody in chat knows who produces, if it's just him that's doing it,
no, it's not him.
Okay,
no, he's got somebody doing it. Yeah,
it's. I asked him one of his TikTok videos because it's always Brood War content, but it's him. Yep. Commenting during the game, and if he curses, he uses a Brood War like sound to bleep out the cursing, or it's like the old school like Brood War sound. It's really fun. Awesome. It's really funny.
That's good for the algorithm because if they're swearing it won't get spread out as much. But there's some good stuff. After I met up with him, I started watching a lot more of his streams, and I've clipped 2 or 3 of his videos, and those turned into TikToks and YouTube shorts. There's one where he's like, "Oh my God, I've got $1 billion. That's really bad in this game." It's like, that was awesome. Like, yeah, being rich in this game is not good. Like, spend your money, kids. Spend your money. But I was like, that needs to be clipped. That needs to be clipped.
Dude, that's amazing meeting Tasteless. Yeah, because I mean he's just in Korea, so I mean, and you have to go to Korea to meet him type of opportunity. Yep. So I think next step, chat is waiting for Prometheum to have a sign at GSL.
Yeah. What should I write? I don't know. Yeah, give me suggestions. But I want to go to GSL one of these times. It sucks that they took away like more than half of the live audience GSLs. But
I think the live audience starts with round of 16. I want to say.
Yeah. Winter, please unban. Yeah.
Winter, please unban.
Smix's Bay or Smix's Goat. I think Roddy wanted us to write Smix's Goat at the Atlanta one.
How is your drawing skill? Because we've seen some GSL signs where people draw. Oh, okay.
Not good at all. I'm left-handed and a boy. Like I just smear everything. I hate being left-handed. My handwriting is so bad, dude. It's awful. It's like definitely one of the most like self-conscious things about me is like, fuck, I have to like write in front of people. It's like, here's my ape monkey handwriting. It sucks. And then I smear it with my hand. I hate it. I hate being left-handed.
Supra's 91 Turbo saying, rumor and GSL will only go another 2 years max. This is the first time I've heard of this, but wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. He's great with crayons when he's not eating them.
The whole joke is that Marines are dumb and they eat crayons. It's like, but like you can't make fun of other service members unless you are a service member. So back off, civvy.
All right. let's move on to the streamer topic here. You talked a little bit about it, but we can really dive into you as a streamer, and kind of where you began, because you've got a nice setup. I imagine you didn't start off streaming with like the mic you have now, the Shure mic.
No. Definitely no.
So
No.
when did you start streaming on Twitch?
Probably 2016. I probably tried it out, dabbled, and overheated my laptop. 2016, 2017. Slowly started getting more and more equipment. Definitely bought this PC that I'm currently using with some small upgrades. Bought this probably in December 2018, I want to say. I'm still using it. Still using the same CPU, upgrade the GPU and RAM and power supply. I'm not really a big tech person, so I got a bit of help from ATC Racer on that regard.
CPU, memory, the motherboard, these things. I mean, if you have a good power supply, these are like kind of core things that you can keep for a longer time. But like you said, like especially GPU, that's something you can upgrade every 2 to 3 years. You don't need to do every cycle. It's kind of similar to like cell phones. You don't need, unless you're like a hardcore.
Yeah.
You know,
the case is definitely 5 years old. I added an SSD drive on there. But yeah, I pretty much use it for day-to-day stuff and streaming and playing video games. And I've played some flight simulator, like Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 when it came out. It handles that really well. I don't really like streaming flight sim too much. It feels like work. And like when I'm in the plane actually flying, I can flip a switch and do what I need to do, raise the landing gear, do whatever I need to do instantly because the switch is right there. Having to program that onto my keyboard or the switches on the joystick, I just find it really frustrating. And I don't want to if I reach for the landing gear handle, it needs to be right where the landing gear handle is in the plane, kind of thing. So I don't really like doing flight sim streams, although it is fun to just sit in the cockpit and talk about the buttons. I feel like that could be content that people would watch. But
it's an interesting perspective of like a real life pilot playing a simulator game.
Yeah.
So Microsoft, if you're listening, you could do better in making it more realistic, I guess.
But that's all about the equipment that I am willing to buy. There are some radios and some panels that I could get that would make it easier. But if I'm just running off of a keyboard and I've got a decent joystick and throttle thing, it's called a Thrustmaster. Go ahead, Steve, with your jokes, SKJB. I've got a decent Thrustmaster joystick and throttle quadrant thing.
What are we talking about? We're talking about joystick and Thrustmaster now.
I know, man. It gets risque. But I still find it very cumbersome. That's the word. Very cumbersome to fly a flight sim just on your home computer.
I'd love to learn how to land a plane in an emergency because I've always had that anxiety when I fly that it'll somehow be my job to land the plane, says California Girl. Interesting perspective.
I'm gonna go to my annual recurrent training in Miami next week, where I only get 2 days in the simulator, and all they do is break stuff on you. The flaps, maybe the landing gear won't come up, this, that, and the other. But one of the things that they always test us on is on takeoff roll, they fail an engine, which is the most critical time to lose thrust on an engine because you're low to the ground, you're at low speeds, but you don't have enough runway to stop. So what do? Shit. Okay, well, you have to continue the takeoff, but you have to slam in right rudder or left rudder, depending on what engine failed, to counteract. The good engine is still pushing, right? But it's pushing the plane not in the direction you want to go. So if you don't do it the right way, you could just flip over. Yeah, don't lose thrust.
There's some great commentary here in chat for folks that are listening to the podcast and aren't here live in chat. I need to speak this out loud. So Mike Stint said, "Everyone knows the Thrustmaster isn't your joystick." And then SKJB, we all know about critical times to lose thrust, right, boys?
No, explain it, SKJB. When is the most critical time to lose thrust?
All right, so you started your stream a while ago, 2016. A lot of folks that I interviewed, they started their stream really at the like 2020 timeframe, maybe a little bit earlier than that. So you've been streaming for on and off for a long time now.
Yeah, and like I said, very, very sporadically. I've never had a schedule. Never tweeted a bunch. I feel like my Discord is fairly active actually. ATC Racer and I share a Discord. So he and I met. He was kind of the dispatcher, scheduler for the Grand Canyon tour company that I worked for. So I was the pilot and he was the dispatch guy. And he was doing like iRacing streams and stuff like that. I'm like, oh yeah, I stream too. I play this game called StarCraft 2. He's like, oh yeah, I've heard of that, whatever. So we give it a go and get him into the world. And he went hard, man. He went ham on StarCraft 2 after he got out of air traffic controller school in Oklahoma. But yeah, that guy streams every Saturday, every Monday on his Friday and Saturday nights technically. But yeah, I've never been that way. So he's actually gotten better than me, gets more viewership. He's killing it. He's doing really, like, his streams are fun. I feel like there's no other streamer like him who drinks as much, who rages as much. Maybe Dave Testa can compete with him on one of those fronts. But man, yeah, ATC Racer's really funny. Good buddy of mine. Yeah.
Yeah, props for getting him into StarCraft and into streaming.
It really is fascinating to me that I like actually got somebody else so in depth into this community and into streaming and this game. Like, RTS is hard. Like, it is hard to like get somebody to like a real-time strategy game or any video game in general. Like, yeah. Oh yeah, it's my fault, guys. I'm sorry, ATC Racer, to you, because I got you in this shit, and I'm sorry to everybody else that watches the stream and is like, wow, I'm gonna sub so he does a shot fun.
Yeah, so some folks I didn't know until this podcast that you got ATC Racer, or maybe you don't know who ATC Racer is, so just gave him a shout out. Twitch.tv/ATC Racer. You know, Twitch now has a co-streaming type of thing, and I see an opportunity for Dave and ATC, like you said. Maybe they could co-stream somehow, like shot for shot or drink for drink.
That would be funny.
Or best of, like, maybe not a best of, maybe they would die if it's like a best of 69, but we could.
They have run into each other on ladder. I think ATC has a better record against Dave, but that would be funny. The winner shotguns a beer, because that would kind of level the playing field. That would be funny.
There's a lot of opportunity for content for both of them to collaborate here, for sure.
That would be funny, because I don't know anybody else that drinks that much on stream besides Dave, ATC, and me. Right,
for sure.
Okay. God help me. I know you just sip Miller Lite, but yeah, that's fun, Dave. That'd be so funny. What is Kirktown? What is this Kirktown? What is this shit?
Kirktown is Dave's community. Take him down to Kirktown. He's got a whole clan on North America, at least multiple. One, or I think, is there 2 Kirktown clans, I think, but it's there's a lot of streamers and folks in the community that are in Kirktown. I think I have one of my alts in Kirktown. It's a barcode.
That's funny. I like Miller Lite. I'm from Wisconsin, so Milwaukee Brewers Stadium used to be called it was called Miller Field, wasn't it? Yeah. Now it's like, I don't know what it is called. Probably some insurance company. But anyway, let's move on. Video games. All
right, so you started off streaming 2016. You got ATC into streaming. You're really like a stream mentor, for sure. I mean, you're a mentor. You've been a mentor for ATC.
Yeah, I think so. Not only ATC, but other people too. I've run into a couple people.
I would say for me too, there was that one stream I had where, I don't know if it was on stream or off stream, you showed me more about like the Twitch dashboard and like highlighting the clips. So. Some of the stuff I don't really dabble into, and you're a bit more versed in that. Yeah,
I was showing you how easy it was to export from your stream highlights to YouTube or whatever. Yeah, just
right.
That. Yeah, no. Yeah, I do like coaching actually. Slowing down and breaking things down, and I think I have a decent ability to use analogies to, like, I don't know, explain complicated subjects or something. Maybe a part of that is from flying as well, because like I was studying today for my recurrent that I have, and I was just looking at posters and like, okay, I know how the system works, and like I don't study it through the book. I study it like, how would I explain this to my 10-year-old niece? Like, how does this airplane work? Or like, how does this build order work or something? Which I have streamed with my niece before, and it is really funny. We were streaming on Thanksgiving a few months ago, and we got a Roddy raid, and she was just like glowing. It was really funny. I gotta actually edit those clips someday. It was so funny. Bug's her nickname.
You're playing. Oh, that's her nickname. I thought you were playing Zerg or something when you said Bug.
She kind of does like Zerg, I think. She has a quote. You know those blarbs or whatever? She has a quote on Blarb that says, "Bugs are weak. They're weak." And she's like 6 or 7 years old, and she's like watching me play, and like, I want them, but I don't want them. Like, she's intrigued by the bugs. Yeah, once she's 13 or 14 or something, maybe we'll set up a real stream for her, but we'll see.
The next Stormgate Bonjour.
Yeah, she could be Stormgate, man. Yeah, maybe she's in chess camp currently this week for the summer.
Oh, and there we go. Strategy game.
If I take off like one bishop or one rook off my side, like give her an early advantage, she can beat me at 10 years old already. So like, I think the talent is there.
We see a fair amount of SC2 streamers that will like queuing in game or kind of in between games, they'll kind of alt tab chess. And that intrigues me, especially if it's like a speed chess, because that's wild.
Yeah, I was in chess club in high school, just like kind of dabbled it. Like as a meme, I would join chess club because like it was after cross country practice. So I was like, let's give it a try. And I played with my brothers, and I learned chess from the same uncle that gave me Diablo 1. Like that's interesting. But yeah, I love chess, and I think it gives you the same satisfaction as StarCraft 2 in outsmarting somebody, and it gives you that little shot of serotonin or dopamine or whatever it is that, gives you the satisfaction of winning and brings you back to the game. It's like, that is definitely related.
Yeah, a lot of similarities between chess and StarCraft 2. For folks that I meet in real life when I'm touching grass and doing real life things, and I try to explain to them what
grass, yeah.
When I try to explain StarCraft, I always say that it's like chess on crack. That's my analogy.
Yeah. It's chess without turns. Like, you can just move whatever units you want wherever you want with more units and a bigger map. That's how I explain real-time strategy.
Chat tonight has, for this podcast episode, really has become like open mic night for comedy. Mike stints, but could your niece beat you before you ate all the crayons?
Depends what color. Like the yellow ones give me an upset tummy. There. I don't know.
If we run out of crayons, it's a bad night. It says Kirktown Vet Gamer.
Hey, let's take a quick break. We can do shout outs or get some questions from chat, but I need a break real quick.
Okay. Sounds good. Let's take a little break here. We'll turn off the cameras here in the scene, and we'll be right back, chat.
2 minutes. See you, chat.
All right, chat. I am back. This is the first intermission we've actually had for the podcast, and I'm actually grateful that we had this intermission, because I had the Celsius before the start of the podcast and kind of finished it at the beginning here, and I really had to go. And shout out to Bubbly Blastoise for the sub a couple streams ago. Her sub went to trying out this Celsius because it's actually Peach Vibe. And some people call me Peach or PCH. I don't really care what you call me, but this Peach Vibe.
Celsius?
Yeah.
I've got some in my fridge, yeah.
I was just saying to chat, Prometheum, thank you for the break. I had this Celsius right before the show, and I've been wanting. I was like, can I hold this for another 1 to 2 hours? So
No, absolutely. If I gotta go, I'm gonna go, man. Like I need a break too. And the funny thing is, in the simulator for my check ride, my initial check ride on the 747, I took a pee break twice, and my seat support person, like the person like acting as my kind of my dummy captain that just does what I say, he's like, "Oh my god, thank you for taking a break." Like nobody does that. No, no, man. You ever try to land a plane when you have to pee? That's hard.
You need the South Park bucket, or that World of Warcraft episode.
Oh God. I know the episode you're talking about, and I have seen literally less than 3 episodes of South Park. It's not my cup of tea. Yeah. But yeah.
All right,
Oh,
jumping back into the podcast here for folks that either just tuned in or just to bring it back to the podcast. This is the Grassroots StarCraft 2 podcast, episode 15 with PR0METH1UM. We talked about PR0METH1UM as a player, kind of the history of gaming, and now we're in the streamer topic here. You began streaming on Twitch in 2016, upgraded your equipment to what you have now, and so what kind of streams do you enjoy? Is it the try-hard stuff, or like when you're really motivated, like I want to stream today? Is it more interactive style?
No, probably not very interactive. I have a hard time reading chat when I'm playing. ATC is way better than me. Akeso and SKJB can attest to that too. That I definitely have tunnel vision. I'm playing the game. I guess I'm try hard, but then I don't know, just get distracted or get frustrated, and I'm like, I'm gonna cheese them, and like everything goes off the rails from there. So, like, generally, yeah, they're probably classified as try-hard streams, and then they turn into a disaster. I'll take long breaks. I'll watch my replays. I'll pull up ATC Racer's stream on my stream and just watch him and backseat game him. We have a good time. I give him shit all the time. Like, dude, macro, why do you have 2000 while you're microing 3 Marines and a medevac? Like, what are you doing? You're not going to win the game with that.
You've done that to me, I think, on my stream where we've been in a Discord call and you've backseated the stream, and it's helpful.
It's very helpful.
It's almost like Game Genie. Like you have a Game Genie with you, you know?
Yeah. Like you're task saturated on this, that, and the other thing, but you're missing the big picture. Like the 2K thing, like that happens to him all the time. He'll do a 2-1-1 Terran opening against Zerg, and like, yes, you can win the game with a 2-1-1, the initial drop. You can win the game with that. But if you don't have a backup army and you get supply blocked and you don't drop extra racks in a factory and a third base or whatever, if that initial drop doesn't win, you're fucking dead, right? And you know that. But you don't do anything about it. So yeah, having that actual backseat person there is really good for you. And I loved watching Maynard, Ravi, and Zombie Grub do that with each other. I loved the backseat when they used to do those streams. Those were fun.
I totally missed those. I haven't seen those streams.
Yeah, those were really fun. It was Pig, Ravi, Zombie Grub, and Maynard. The 4 of them would take turns laddering up, and all the other 3 would either talk shit or like kind of backseat each other. They'd talk about really cool old time StarCraft meetups and tournaments and casting stuff, or just whatever current events. That was such a fun stream. I love those.
We've got a little.
I'll do that to ATC once in a while too.
When you said Roddy or Ravi? Rotterdam?
Ravi. No, Fear Dragon.
Fear Dragon. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It would be interesting to see high level people do that to each other. Like if we get like, I don't know, NA people, like if we got like Trigger and Patty Mac to backseat each other, I think that would be some sick content. That'd be fun as far as NA top streamers.
Yeah, actually, Patty Mac streamed last night for a little bit.
I know. Yeah, I know. Boy's back. I had lunch with him in Nashville a couple months ago already. Yeah, he was finishing up his sophomore year in college in Nashville, and I had lunch with him.
We're gonna give a shout out to Patty Mac because it seems like at the end of his stream there last night, he's looking for support or a reason to stream more. And Patty Mac is a top GM North America Protoss player. I met him at NorCal Starfest, and so shout out to Patty Mac for sure.
That kid's very talented. He's in computer science. He plays guitar. He speaks Chinese. He just spent a month or more than a month. I mean, 6 weeks in China. Patty Mac is I
was impressed. Yeah, he was speaking Chinese on his stream, and somebody in his chat was typing in Chinese, and they were saying like the Chinese word for Terran.
Yeah.
The Chinese word for Protoss is translated to God race, like race of the gods.
That's awesome. But yeah, Patty Mac is like, I like that kid. He's got a lot of potential inside and outside of StarCraft too. Yeah, he's a cool kid.
All right. Moving on to the streamer topics here. So what's your kind of affiliate or like your partner says? You're affiliate with Twitch?
Yeah,
is that right?
I've been affiliate for a while. I've been affiliate for a long time. As soon as I got that Muslim raid, within a month, that put me over the average viewer threshold. And I already had 50. I think it was 50 followers at the time. Maybe it was 100. I forget. But I was already at that point just kind of naturally. And then I got that Muslim raid. And then a month later, affiliate. Highest sub count, probably 25, somewhere in the 20s. Right. It just floats around 7 or 8, even with like, I don't stream enough to warrant people to sub to me. So like, don't sub to me. It's fine. I don't care. It's fine. I just enjoy the game. And when I can, I do jump on there, but, and literally all the money I've ever made off of Twitch has definitely gone back into tournaments or subbing for everybody else that I support. And I'm a Psystorm supporter on Patreon as well.
Right. Yeah, we can talk more about that in the community section. There's a lot, I think, to talk there about, like the support you do for the community. So, all right. So you're affiliate. You've been affiliate for a while. That Roddy or the Muslim raid a while ago, like really kicked that off for you. And then
probably hooked me into the game more and streaming more too. So I blame Benjamin Baker, which, by the way, congratulations, Ben, on the getting married pretty soon. I think he's got his bachelor party tomorrow night.
Oh, hell yeah. He's going to have what did he play? Protoss? I forgot. What did he used to play?
No, he played Terran.
Terran, okay.
He's Terran, and now he's Warcraft or World of War. No, what is he playing? Age of Empires.
AoE 4.
Age of Empires. Yeah. AoE 4.
Yeah. AoE 4.
No, he was hardcore Terran, and he's crushing on the SE2 streamer stuff. Like less than 3 years ago, he wasn't even a streamer or a caster. I'm sorry, but now he's casting the biggest events. Like great, like top notch caster for sure.
That bachelor party, he's going to be hitting up those stim packs for sure.
For sure, yeah. I know. Rod. I think Roddy's planning it. Roddy's like doing the bachelor party. So, oof. Good luck.
Well, congrats to Muslim on the bachelor party and the marriage, if you're listening. So the last topic, one of the last topics here for the streamer category is what are your goals for streaming? You have a couple things in here you want to talk about.
Yeah, I have a lot of like fleeting ambitions. Like, man, I should do this. I have a lot more motivation than I have execution. I think a lot of people probably can relate to that. Like, I should do this, or I want to do this. So this would be a cool idea if somebody did this. Lower league lessons, I think, is probably one of the biggest things that I could contribute to the StarCraft 2 community. Is like just lower league YouTube videos here and there, the cloak thing or whatever. Streaming more from hotels in destinations would be cool. Neat layovers. That'd be fun. For streaming wise, like it'd be cool to crack 1,000 followers. I'm at like 850 right now. I don't know. Streaming goals, like hitting Diamond 2 would be pretty cool. I'm content enough with just beating ATC Racer once in a while. Like I taught him the game, but he's definitely surpassed me in MMR. So like I'm not mad. It's fine. As long as
It's
I can beat him. As long as I can beat him once in a while, I'm okay with that. That's fine.
a little
But
bit
yes,
of
streaming
self
goals.
therapy. I'll be all right. I'm okay.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
I'm proud of him. But for streaming goals, I think I should transition more into just some YouTube content probably. I've really considered just incorporating my entire life and all aspects of it into a YouTube channel. And instead of Prometheum, just do my name, YouTube stuff, and streaming stuff. Like, there's plenty of people that have their full name out there, like Sal and everybody else. Like, if you look them up, yeah, you know where they live, like generally where they live and what their real name is. Like, I think the internet has matured enough that that's fine. So I would like to possibly just merge everything together, consolidate, do StarCraft 2, do aviation stuff, do real estate stuff, do what I'm having for lunch kind of stuff, you know? Man, like Dave Testa, is that even his real name? What kind of idiot would do that?
Kappa.
Right?
Yeah, and
Like-
I think we see people like I go back to Neuro because I'm subscribed to him, and I don't know anything about Dota, but he does SC2, he does WoW Classic, he does Dota. I think he just started playing League of Legends. He had a massive subathon recently.
Yeah.
So it's like one of his latest videos is like Dota player tries out League of Legends. So people, you as a streamer, you come to figure out, and this is something I'm learning right now in my streaming like journey, is people, they come for the gameplay, but they're really there for you. They're there for the fun, the funniness, or like the energy, like the memes, just the community that you create.
Yeah.
And,
if I just make a closed wall and you just see Prometheum, the Diamond Terran player, whatever, like that's not as interesting as Prometheum, the pilot and Marine Corps veteran, and you know, like, this is what I had for lunch today. How are you guys doing? What's wrong with you guys? Like, what are you going through with life? This is what I'm going through with life. You definitely need to relate to chat and make yourself relatable, to make a community. Nobody's out there just playing video games and only being there.
like you're just a gamer and that's it. Yeah, you're just that gamer, right? And this is something I'm personally like trying to accept more, and like kind of with my community, like sharing a little bit more about myself. I'm still a bit cautious, but like the separation of personal life versus you know, the whole gamer sphere. But a lot of funny comments in chat here. Woodsicle, I put cameras all over my house. Stream snipers scare me. Think they might show up IRL because they seem to love me so much.
That is potential, man. Especially like just to trigger you more, man. I love your stream, man. And yeah, I've seen clips. Like I don't know who rages more, ATC Racer or Woot.
Oh, Woot. Woot is like,
dude, have you seen some ATC Rager clips? Man,
dude, Woot goes off the Richter scale with the vocabulary of the rage. I haven't heard some combination of words in my entire life until you check out Woot's stream when he's on that 10th hour of nonstop StarCraft 2. He's got the blunt in his mouth in the middle of a game, like, and he's just like, fuck, man, this is peak entertainment.
I don't know. Woot, if you've never seen ATC Racers stream, let me see see if
ATC
you
as
rage
well too.
more than ATC, or if Woot does. I am curious what even Woot thinks. But
We
man,
got a link here.
I love StarCraft community. It's so great to have you characters in stream right now too on this podcast. It's so fun.
Oh, I gotta watch more of your YouTube content, because this link clip you just linked here is ATC Racer Twitch clips. That first one, dude, he looks young. I don't see him with the hat off, I guess, as much. He looks young as hell.
Oh yeah, he's I think he just turned 30.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's gonna show up here soon. ATC Racer. Yeah, he should be off work by now. I don't know if he's gonna drop in chat. He's pretty disciplined with not playing StarCraft during the weekdays when he's working, because like He's ATC. He's an air traffic controller. It's stressful enough, so he doesn't play during the week because talking to dumbass pilots is stressful enough.
Dude, I see an opportunity, going back to the streaming topic, I see an opportunity for you to start this other type of content you're interested in, like you travel a lot and you're considering streaming from a hotel.
Yeah.
You could have, some people have a stream overlay and you have like the webcam. You could totally incorporate like you like somehow inside of a medevac or inside of like a Banshee as like your stream overlay. And you could even have like a theme of like, let's say you're in Nevada, you have like some type of like theme of like what Nevada is for the stream overlay, or like wherever you are in the world. If it's like Korea, you have some type of like theme for where you are. And then you could be streaming your real estate stuff. You could be streaming about aviation or like other gameplay, or if it's just StarCraft. I think there's some opportunity there, man, for some creativity that we've never seen before.
I think so. Yeah. I go back and forth between, should I just stay in the hotel room and hang out and do StarCraft 2, or should I go out and enjoy my layover and take advantage of the new cities that I'm
touch
in?
Grass.
Yeah, go touch grass in Korea and stuff. Like, it's tough. I definitely don't want to hang out with my crew members. Like, we're on like, my high score is a 14.5-hour flight. And like, we're sitting there, we're in the cockpit, we're talking, we're working. Like, I just only want to talk about airplane stuff, and I find that really boring, man. Like, we're in the plane, we're flying, we're doing all this stuff. Then they want to go out and, we got a 2 or 3 day layover. They want to go out and drink and have dinner and talk about more airplane stuff. I'm like, man, no, shut up. Stop. So the other pilots would probably classify me as a slam clicker, which is somebody that gets to the hotel, slams the door and clicks the lock. Like, that's a slam clicker. Like, I'm okay sometimes being a slam clicker, especially with some of the old curmudgeon pilots that I have to fly with. I'm like, no, I'm not going to have dinner with you.
The aviation world of slam clicker is like, going back to your hotel, you said locking the door, slamming closed. When I think of slam clicker, I was thinking of like Wootsicle, like slamming on his keyboard and mashing his mouse in rage.
Easily could be adapted to the gamer world, but a slam clicker in the aviation world is a crew member, like a flight attendant or a pilot, that doesn't want to hang out with their crew after the flight. Which, if you have a fun crew, absolutely, yeah, I'm down for hanging out. But in the cargo world, nah, that's fine, man. Nah, I don't know, nah. Usually not. I'm 50-50 probably. There's some cool people, but yeah.
Nice. Boot saying, I can't slam my keyboard anymore. Only my desk. It's a sturdy desk. Keyboards are expensive. True that.
They are. Sal definitely got me into the keyboard world, and I have way too many keyboards. Yeah. I've definitely spent a lot of keyboards, and I don't even like them.
Damn it, Sal.
My most expensive keyboard right here is a Mode 80. Mode 80 with palm linears. I love it. It looks beautiful. It's white and gold, but I just don't like how it feels. So I've got my KBD 75 with palm linears and different key sets, but yeah, yeah.
Oh, Mode Designs, Mode 80.
Yeah, it's a Mode 80.
Okay, interesting. This thing looks really sturdy. I'm looking at it now on the website. The braided cable. It's a very clean aesthetic.
Yeah, I love the pure white too. With the white and gold I love it. It's sick. But
build yours starting from $399 Shiba.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, chat. Here's the link to this keyboard that PM0METH1UM's talking about. If you want to tell them that PCH sent you, I won't get anything. They'll be like, "Who the fuck is that guy?"
Yeah. And then the keyboard that I actually game with though is what Sal was playing with for a while is the KBD 75. So it's no gap between the F row. And these are palm linears, Duroc brand switches, palm linears. Very, very smooth. Very, very good sounding keyboard. I like this one a lot more. This will probably be my end game keyboard.
Palm linears. What does that mean?
Palm is a different type of plastic. So Duroc is the brand, and then linear, just meaning that there's no resistance throughout the entire key press.
Oh, linear. Got it. Okay. Versus tactile. Got it. Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Sponsored keyboard stream Pog.
Yeah. And I've got like 6 more keyboards behind my desk. Couple Keychrons. Keychron Q10 is probably the most unique keyboard that I have. It's got the split key layout, more ergonomic. I played on that for a while, but it's weird. Definitely weird.
Yeah, that's got to be weird. I'm trying to think of like, so you're playing Terran, stim is, use all the default keys, like stim is T.
Yeah, I am absolutely default, except for spacebar is base location. And then for battle cruisers, T is tack jump and C is Yamato cannon. Usually Y is Yamato cannon. And you'll see even pros tack jump onto a clump of corruptors when they meant to cannon them. So absolutely every Terran player, if you're going to change any hotkeys, make Yamato cannon C and tack jump T. Get rid of that Y for Yamato cannon bullshit, because you are going to tack jump.
Right, the T and the Y being directly next to each other sounds like a disaster.
Yeah. Oh, do I want to kill everything there, or do I want to run away from it? You don't want to mix that shit up. You don't want to mix that up. So that is a vital hotkey change I recommend. Like,
good to know.
Essential.
I need to be playing some Terran more and try some battlecruiser memes. Shout out to Nathanius, who's really good at that.
Oh, actually. Dude, I tune into Nathanius all the time. To watch some battlecruiser memes and then catch track for some Planetary Fortress memes. I was watching him yesterday. Like, man, that is frustrating. PF rushes, or not Planetary Fortress rush, but mass ravens. Man,
he still makes it work, huh?
Yeah, he makes it work. Even now, like ravens kind of got nerfed with the auto turrets being less armor or something, or
right,
less health or something recently. He still makes it work. He just sits back, and
we're not in the days of point defense drone anymore, where you could just completely eliminate,
or the secret missile. Oh, that thing was beautiful. I played during a little bit of the secret missile time, and you could just destroy a whole flock of hydralisks with like 4 secret missiles. That was sick. And the noise too was very satisfying.
The explosion noise, I remember it. Yeah.
Yeah. Or the lock on and the lasers. Like,
it was like a beeping sound, right?
Yeah.
It was like beep, beep, and then it would send it out, right?
It was so satisfying. It's like, oh, damn. Yeah. Secret missile. Rip Raven. I do feel, however, that the game is quite balanced right now, so can't complain.
Yeah, I think it's mostly balanced. I personal take, I think Protoss is in kind of an iffy state, but
yeah, Protoss is pretty weak right now for sure. Yep.
So last thing here for goals for streaming, you talked about YouTube update on lower league lessons, every unit explained, gold and below lessons. Is this something we talked about previously?
Yeah, we talked a little bit about it, but yeah, like I just casually saw on Reddit, some people, newer people, like, hey, I just found the game, like hoping there's some YouTube content out there for lower league people or whatever, like brand new people, and even like Winter's content, I don't think it is super new RTS person friendly. Like it doesn't explain every single unit, so I made a couple videos that explained every unit. They're like 30 minutes long for each race, and they took off. I've got thousands of views on those, and they actually made my YouTube channel monetized. So I was like, wow. So I updated it probably 3 years ago, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I think there's really a market for like gold and below lessons that just a casual new player, or like just hard stuck silver gold player.
I see that on so your YouTube channel, you actually have 1.24K subscribers. Your most popular video is Every Terran Unit Explained, StarCraft 2 lower league lessons from 2 years ago. 33,000 views. Impressive.
Yeah. Yep. And I haven't like marketed them. Maybe I've shared those videos once in a while on Reddit when somebody's asking explicitly for, hey, I just found this game. How do the units work? Find me a different video from some other YouTube content creator that has a video that does what I did. And that's so easy. It's so easy. But I equate it to this. Like, if you're a new player, you're not going to hire an NBA coach or an NBA player to teach you how to play basketball. If you're a new player, you're going to get somebody from the YMCA or whatever. That's me. I'm the guy going to the YMCA, hanging out, casually playing because I like the game. Like, I don't know everything. I'm not going to be able to teach you everything. But like it's cool that, you know, people like Vindicta offer coaching. But if you're a goal player, you don't need a GM coach. Sorry, Vindicta. I love you, Migs.
Rip Migs. Rip Ranger, right? Rip Migs, rip everybody that's trying to get a couple bucks out of some coaching somebody. There's
just so many things that GM players and Masters players and Diamond players know intuitively that they don't even think about to teach a Silver League player or a Bronze League player. It's like, yeah, just do a 2-on-1 build. Huh? What?
2-on-1, they build like 2 starports, like one
like,
engineering bay and 1 armory.
Or like
Oops.
2 supply depots in the beginning and then
2 supply depots.
one barracks, 1 barracks, 1 barracks. What do you mean? What do you mean? Just do it. All right.
They built 2 supply depots, 1 command center, 1 command center, and they die.
Yeah. No. That's not even worth the GM players' time, man. They should be coaching Diamond players or Masters players on the nuances. Like, I'm still in Diamond. I know what it's like to be in Gold or something. Yeah, for 50 supply depots and nothing, like a Home Depot Terran might do. Yeah. I think you're higher ranked than me, Woot. I don't know. Yeah, you're higher ranked than me.
The 33K views, going back to your YouTube, is impressive for just completely organic numbers. Like you said, no promoting. Nope. You have an opportunity to promote though, Prometheum. Do you know what it is?
I don't know. What is that?
Attention all passengers. This is Prometheum. I have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/Prometheum. Thank you.
That was actually some pretty good pilot talk there. I think I actually have a button for that. Hopefully it's this one.
Oh, that is awesome.
Got the Go XLR ready to go.
From the flight deck, folks, we'll be touching down in San Jose in about 30 minutes. Weather down there is 210 at 10 knots, light winds, clear skies. I hope you enjoy our flight. Thanks.
That is awesome.
Prepare for a arrival.
You do that for your stream?
Very rarely. It's actually the Viking. It's like, it sounds exactly like a Viking. It's like,
it's not. Yeah, you should have an intro for your stream where like you're reading off something with that as like a countdown timer.
That could be pretty good, yeah. But yeah, that's just a normal function on the Go XLR. But yeah, it's pretty good. I pull out that one or the Devil Voice. That one cracks up ATC Racer. Hopefully I push the right button because I don't use them often enough. Like, I have all these gadgets. I've got a Stream Deck and the Go XLR. I rarely push the buttons during a stream. I really should start to use them more.
Yes, this is the Devil button.
Yeah, that's dope. I think Neuro did something for his subathon where he did like a demon type of voice like that, and he forgot that he still had it on and he was talking, and chat was like laughing.
He left it on. There's no way that you leave it on and you don't know, though. There's no way, because like I mean, maybe you can set up the sound that it doesn't come back to you, but I know I can hear myself in my own headphones when I have what sound on. But I do definitely need it,
especially the Chippy Monk.
Where's the Chippy Monk? Nope. The Chippy Monk voice, yeah.
Keck W with the Chippy Monk voice.
Chippy Monk.
All right, that concludes the streamer topic, unless you had additional things you wanted to talk about as a streamer.
Follow me, woo. I don't know. I don't care.
Can we get an ayaya in the chat?
I could do a pool stream if you guys want to do a pool stream. It's 106 degrees still, 105. or 5 degrees.
Dude, those hot
Yeah.
tub streams pop off. Somebody, was a Dreco Real, wanted me to raid a hot tub stream last night. I'm like, there's no way I am raiding a hot tub stream.
I would consider it. I bought a house in January here in Phoenix, and I've got a pool. Having a party tomorrow night.
Sheba.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna make
Chat. Press
street
1 if you want to
tacos
see a party like hot tub stream for Prometheum.
It could. Yeah, that'd be funny. Promethean Amaranth stream. Okay, sure. Sure, send her a message, send her an invite. She'll be like, "Oh, he's too famous." No. Oh, you mean the famous YouTube lower league lessons guy? Yeah.
Take that to Kick, bro.
I mean, is Kick like? I can't control what happens at the pool party. So, like, if shit gets like me banned on Twitch, like, I don't know. Yeah, it started off as like a couple friends from the gym and some airplane friends, and it's gonna be a lot of people. I think suddenly, like, oh no,
The stream ends playing Mech and becoming a douche. Good times, Dave.
Really? Oh, it starts with an A. Oh man. Oh geez.
Okay.
He's on
Right,
Kick
right,
now.
yeah.
I know what you're saying.
Got it. Yeah. I understand now. Got it. So yeah, Kick does let the toxic streamer that starts with an A on his platform
and ends with an oh no. Yeah.
Oh no. All right. So let's move on to community, Prometheum, because I think a lot of you know you as the Twitch chatter, the moderator, and this might be the first time where they correlate a visual to, like, they haven't seen your stream, they haven't seen your YouTube, they see the name in chat, like, I know him from different streams, maybe they even talk to you on Discord, but now they see you like kind of face to face on the podcast here. On the live stream.
In DreamHack Atlanta, I'd be sitting next to a couple people and like watching the games, like you're sitting next to a stranger, you might make a comment, oh, like he should have done this. And like during the break, you're like, oh yeah, what's your name? Oh yeah, I'm Prometheum, or I'm Ben or whatever. Like, oh, dude, you're Prometheum? Like, I signed my first autograph in Atlanta in November. It's like, holy shit.
Dude, you're famous.
I know. That's like it, right? Somebody wanted my autograph. I signed his mouse pad. I signed his DreamHack mouse pad, which I wore the DreamHack t-shirt for the stream. I dressed up for you guys and wore cologne, so I feel special.
Damn, we need the smell-o-vision for like the next podcast episode.
It's cheap stuff. You wouldn't want to. No, it's fine.
How did it feel? Like, so was this somebody you had met or you were talking to during the event that was like, hey, can I get your autograph on this poster? Or
it was on a mouse pad. It was on the big mouse pad that he bought from the DreamHack swag store or whatever, the merch area. I was like, cool, awesome. Signed right next to Showtime. I was like, awesome, cool, this is fun. I've never signed my name before, so I did capital letters Prometheum, and it actually turned out pretty good despite my terrible boy handwriting. Terrible boy left-handed handwriting. Like, wow.
That's
like
dope.
I had never heard of the guy before, but he recognized me. Like, holy shit.
You see Showtime's signature, you're like, I'm just gonna put my name above that.
Fucking Protoss.
Scratch it out.
Turtle Protoss at the wall, my ass. But I think most people, would recognize my name from chats versus being a streamer or a YouTube person or anything else. Like just being part of the community. Boy left-handed signature. Ugh. Gotta practice that. I'm not gonna, but.
So on a given day, like you're firing up Twitch as a viewer, right? Who are your go-to streams to watch?
Sure. I mean, I'm definitely biased towards Terran streamers. So I'll start the morning with, it used to be DeMuslim. Now it's probably Colossal Gulp, who's a Terran streamer. And then he'll usually raid Sal. If Sal is on, just Upper Tree Zelda or Upper Tree. Formerly Upper Tree Zelda, now just Upper Tree. Always watching Sal. I love Sal. Such a good dude. Met him for the first time in Cheeseadelphia last year, but I've been a mod of his since like 2018. I guess let's start back with meeting Winter at BlizzCon. Had a beer with him, had chatted with him. 2 months later, after BlizzCon, there was this patch that dropped, and I'm like, "Hey, Winter, $50. Do you want to do a map review with Upper Tree Zelda? $50 per streamer, and I'll just host this like show match on the new maps or whatever." And that was a really fun stream. They were on chat with each other, just shooting the shit. And oh yeah, I met SKJB. He changed my life at BlizzCon. What, 2017? Yeah, we fell in love. Steve's a cool dude. He lives in Australia, so he's very upside down. But yeah, the day after that, I hosted that show match, just on a whim, $50 per streamer. Winter made me mod in his chat, so that was like 2018. And then I just started watching Sal a lot more. Sal had a 24-hour stream, and he was he was way out of it. He couldn't keep it right.
We're losing audio, and the video dropped here.
Not again.
All right, we'll wait for it to come back here. The video. Let me check Discord here. Yeah, so Discord on my end is frozen too. It's not just OBS. Let's give it a couple seconds here, chat. Thank you for your patience, chat, and for folks listening on the podcast. We're having some technical hiccups here.
No.
Okay, the audio sounds like it's starting to come back, but the video is still frozen.
Okay.
He's melting.
Still out in Phoenix.
Okay, wait, it looks like the video is starting to come back here. My OBS is still green. It's still showing green for me.
Definitely on my end.
Okay, let's see. All right, let's do a little check here.
We could be back.
All right, we're in the state now where the audio is delayed from the video, but at least the video's back, and I think it just takes a couple more seconds for it to get back in sync.
I'm just kidding. We're good. We're probably good.
Okay, we're good now. Yep.
Okay. So yeah, how I, basically my story is how I became mod in so many chats. Winter, meeting with him in BlizzCon 2017, 2018. I think like Rogue won and then Cyril won. Hosted a show match with him and Upper Tree Zelda. Upper Tree Zelda had a 24-hour stream, and I kept count of how many wins and losses he had, and he needed to give me mod for that. Got mod in Zombie Grub's stream because somebody was being a douchebag early on. Like there were like 3 viewers in her chat. Like she started her stream like within the first 5 minutes, some guy's being an asshole, and she's in the middle of a game, not watching chat. And like, can I be mod so I can ban this douchebag? So she gave me mod.
Doing a good deed.
Yeah. Oh god, that was awful too. Yeah, I remember that one. That was stupid. So yeah, banned him. That's fun. I'm a mod in 16 streams, I think, right now. Special, Winter, Upper Tree, Zombie Grub, Rowdy. Probably a Kesso's, probably SKJB's. I met Slowly Falling in Atlanta, and she has slightly more mods than me.
Right, I've seen she's a mod in Cyril's stream. She is the one of the top, if not the number one Cyril fan.
She's the queen. No, no. Slowly Falling has me beat. No.
Oh, so Dave saying Slowly Falling she's moderator in 17 different streams, and you're a moderator in 16. No, oh no. What is Dave saying here?
I don't know.
He's now 17. All right, well, it's live right now. Bam! Look at that.
Oh no!
It's happening.
Don't let me do that. Don't give me that power.
It's now 18. It's
I
now
abused that power in Barry Crunch's chat, and so I unbanned somebody who deserved to be unbanned. It was Connor B. And then like I hadn't been watching Barry's chat a lot. Like his Twitch chat gets a little crazy with the text to speech and the Mario erotica and all the weird stuff or whatever. So like I'm just gonna unban more people. Like I unbanned like 3 or 4 people. He's like, "What are you doing? No, don't unban those people." Like I had never heard of these people. They were banned years ago or whatever. So they're probably not even coming back into his stream ever.
like dead Twitch accounts. Yeah.
Yeah. So Barry unmodded me. That was my first mod that I lost. Like that's
Rip.
fine. It's fine. It was funny. It was a good meme.
Connor sounds familiar. I think I've seen in
Yeah, he's in Upper Tree. Yeah, he's around. Yeah, Connor's around.
I think I think he might be local. I'm in the San Francisco Bay Area, and I've seen him in like Zerg Girls community.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think this is the same person that you're referring to.
Yeah. I think he had some beef with a different mod in Barry's chat, and they banned him kind of unnecessarily. So yeah, no, Connor's cool.
Barry's chat. I was talking about it the other night with my chat. Barry's chat has turned into it is like the Artosis version, the SC2 version of Artosis's chat.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely dumpster fire. Yeah,
it's gone to the next level with the TTS. So
and it's only 3 people, but you can't blame the guy. Like, can't blame him. Like, it's funny the first couple times, but then like constantly in hours of it. Honestly, like, who hasn't gone to sleep with StarCraft running in the background, right? It's kind of nice. It's just kind of nice white noise. You know what's going on or whatever. And then suddenly it's Brian Texas speech voice saying, and then Peach closed the door and lowered the lights. And they're like, no. So your eyes wake up and like, I can't sleep anymore.
Chat, I've safeguarded against TTS for the podcast, but my chat TTS is wide open for only 50 channel points. But for now, chat, you can't. We're not going to be doing some Mario erotica kind of stuff. But I do enjoy that.
Deal. I would say you can do 2 in my chat, but beyond that, no.
Tinkle, free us. Dave, I can't sleep to StarCraft. I get nightmares of lurkers and vipers.
Yeah. I can definitely sleep to any tournament playlists that are going on. If Upper Tree isn't raging about keyboards or some sort of tech item, probably, yeah, no. It's I fall asleep to StarCraft quite a bit, or at least used to. Not so much anymore.
I checked out Upper Tree stream maybe a couple times a month, and he most recently has the keyboard that's like it's like a third of a keyboard.
Oh yeah,
like,
man.
Like, bro, what is that? He's like, it's the secret. It's not released yet, bro. It's the keyboard. It's got like 5 keys on it. It's the only keys that he needs to play StarCraft. I'm like, I've never somebody took like a hacksaw to a keyboard.
Yeah. It's like the keyboards he used to use were like actually like usable for general purpose. Like you could, like most people could operate that. That thing is just, like as it is the sole purpose is for StarCraft, basically. Like there's no other.
It's pretty much, from what I visually saw, it looks like the number 5 key left, and that's it. The like 75% of it. We know that there's like a 60% keyboard, there's 75, there's a full keyboard. This is like he's
got like a 34% keyboard -1 because he pulls off certain keycaps so that his hand knows where it is. And Artosis is the same way.
Artosis style, certainly.
It's like 34 -3% keyboard. And I've got a 75, and I love my 75. It's good.
Dave, Sal is like the guy asking you in the corner for $2 scratching his neck, but he's asking for new keyboards.
You guys got any new switches? Have you tried the new whatever switches? I don't know. Keychron even makes switches? I don't even know. I've cooled down on my keyboard buying aspirations, but I don't know. I do miss the numpad, though. I would like a nice full-size keyboard someday, but I don't need it. All right,
going back to community, not only are you a mod in various channels, you are a supporter of many channels. Let's tell the live podcast here and the folks listening on the podcast platform, like how do you like to support a streamer? Like what inside of you is like, I'm watching this content. How do you get to that point of like, I'm gonna support, and how do you like to support people?
Sure. So I guess what motivates me to support somebody is just watching their games, and if they've got a good game and I've been watching them for 2 or 3, 4 hours, like clearly that is worth something to me. I can't go and see a new movie without spending $20 or whatever. I can throw a streamer $5 that's doing something they love, has entertained me, and I've learned something, and that they had a really good game. They deserve something. Like you can't leave the house without spending like at least $50. You leave the house, you're gonna spend $50, right? You're gonna go somewhere, you're gonna buy stuff you don't need. Like I'm okay throwing $5 for a sub, for anybody that's entertaining. No problem. I have transitioned. I've probably slowed down on how many subs I throw out there or bits. I'll buy like $75 worth of bits at a time and throw 100 bits at people whenever, especially if they've got fun text to speech or whatever. Cool. Thanks for the raid, Patches. What's up? I've stopped by his chat before. Good stuff.
Thank you, Patches, for the raid.
He's the map maker too, right? You got the race car map coming out?
Yeah, he posted a map on Twitter. I think it was
that
Patches recently.
Cool. That thing looks cool, man. I want to play that. Is that published yet? Is that live on Battle.net? That thing looks sick.
I think it reminded me of the map back in Wings of Liberty. I replied to him that it was the map of Huck versus Idra. It was a Wings of Liberty map where Huck hallucinated the Colossus against
Those
Idra.
Were Halukes. Yeah.
It has that same kind of vibe to it from the screenshots that I saw.
I'll publish it today. What's it called?
What's the map called? Twilight Circuit.
Sick.
All right, chat. Sick. Fire up your StarCraft after the podcast. Search out Twilight Circuit and give some feedback to Patches.
Yeah. You want to do a show match after the podcast?
Oh, I'm down. On Twilight Circuit? Let's do it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Let's do it. But yeah, back to supporting streamers and stuff. I've kind of like slowed down. Like I counted one time, I think I was subbed to like 25 streamers at one point. Some of them were gift subs, but I was like up to 25. I'm like, holy crap. So I've slowed down on that, and I did join Psystorm's Patreon, so I'm mostly supporting through that. And then whenever I go to a live event, buy dinner for whoever I end up with, Cheesadelphia or Atlanta. We went to Jimmy Buffett's place or whatever, and we did Korean barbecue at Cheesadelphia with a bunch of Psystorm people. So, yeah, you guys hanging out with me. Dinner's on me at the lands, man. It's fun to hang out and meet everybody.
Right, and a reminder to chat. I'm trying to pull it up right now. DreamHack Atlanta. This year, 2023, is December 15th through the 17th. So it's pretty close to the holiday time, right?
It is.
They're testing the audience to see, like, are you gonna still do your holiday travel plans and come to our event?
I don't like it, man. November was good. November, like NA showed up for November. It was good. We had such a good showing. It was so much fun being there, and they were bringing out more chairs, and then those would fill up, and then more chairs. It was super cool.
I remember that. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. DreamHack Atlanta was great. Cheesadelphia, I went to on a whim last year, and that was so much fun. I was like, should I go or should I not go? Like I said, I feel very, very fortunate for where I am, and I can fly for free. I can jump seat on planes, and I had just enough days to make it to Cheesadelphia. So like I had one day off, fly to Cheesadelphia, and then one more day off, and then I had to go back to work. So that's a little bit. That's a lot of flying just to go and travel some more. Not what you want to do when you're a pilot. Sometimes you just want to like sit down and not have to pack and do all that shit. But man, it was so worth it to go to Cheesedelphia too. It was so much fun. Probably
And
like
Cheesedelphia specifically, I think a lot of the Psystorm USA folks go to that event. Is that right?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, because that's put on by KJ Freedom by Carl. Yep.
You're right. Yeah, and I've watched a couple of it's FSL, right, where it's like the youth play StarCraft 2 in a tournament style stream. Like this is like anywhere as young as maybe like elementary school age, I believe, like 5.
Man,
6,
yeah, they had a show match with pros and Joes or whatever. It was like I forget who it was, but there was some. It was like a good player and then a youth player, and then a good player and a youth player is a 2v2. And I think it was KJ's kid actually that was like his blink stalker control was insane. It was insane. He had high ground vision. It was blinking up and down this cliff. It was so good, man. Yeah, I actually was there live behind them watching it, but I wanted to go back and watch the VODs later. It was impressive. Really good event. Really good venue. If they do Cheesedelphia, I haven't seen any announcement for Cheesedelphia in November, but if there's one, definitely make time for that if you're in the area.
Yeah, as someone who's been to a handful of live events too, if you haven't been to one, and likely DreamHack Atlanta might be the last US StarCraft 2 event ever, please consider like going. It's so much fun seeing the pros play in person and meeting people, and the whole experience is just great.
Yep. It's a blast.
Okay. Do we want to talk more specifics about some of these events like DreamHack Atlanta? Like who did you meet at DreamHack Atlanta?
DreamHack Atlanta. Pretty much. I mean, I didn't like formally like run into people. I didn't fangirl for everybody, but like, yeah, I could have run into everybody like Clem and Cyril and Showtime and everybody. I got one signature. I got Hero signature on a hat I've got back here on the shelf. That's the one signature that I got, and he won the thing, and I'm like, I'm gonna get his signature. But yeah, met up with Special, and then met him in Incheon, so that was cool. In DreamHack 2017 or 2018, I can't remember. I grabbed a picture with Mike Morheim, Dennis Take, and Hero Marine and me, like the four of us, like I have no business being in that picture at all. Like that's one of my favorite StarCraft pictures. And then I grabbed a picture with Maynard, Zombie Grub, and Fear Dragon as well. Like again, like man, it's awesome going to these events. I have no business being in these pictures. But yeah, the one with Mike Morheim and Hero Marine and Dennis Take, that's like okay, wow,
super stacked. Mike Morheim, is he the CEO or was the president of Blizzard, right?
The founder of Blizzard, basically. Yeah.
Right, and then of course Take being running Home Story Cup.
Yeah, Home Story Cup. Yeah, and Big Gabe barely fit in the picture. You can just see his shoe. He's just so huge.
Any surprises for DreamHack Atlanta? Like you kind of went to this event, you had some thoughts in mind of like what the tournament would be run like, or like maybe some of the community. Like maybe an after party or any kind of stories you want to share?
Definitely the biggest surprise was how big StarCraft was at that tournament. It was the main thing there. There was some big Twitch streamer who sings or whatever at a stage next door, or like not even next door. It was just in a big convention center, right? So it was just open air. Like she was over there playing music, and I think they actually turned her music down because it was annoying the players. Like the bass was so loud over there, and like I think they actually like shut her shit down because there were like 12 people in the chairs in front of her, and like we're packed. We stole all her chairs. It was awesome.
Can we get an F in the chat for that woman that was trying to sing at DreamHack Atlanta?
It wasn't good, man. It was not good. F in the chat. Like I think the second biggest thing there was probably a Magic the Gathering actual live card tournament. That was probably the other biggest attraction to DreamHack Atlanta. Maybe what's his name? I can't think of the streamer's name who was at DreamHack Atlanta that lived in the booth. He lived in the glass booth for 3 days or whatever. What was the name?
Somebody lived in a glass booth.
Yeah, somebody in chat will come up with it. Ludwig? It was Ludwig, right? I think
How's
it was
that name? That's
Ludwig.
is it? Are they a streamer?
Yeah, he's just a variety streamer. I think he's just a whatever.
Interesting.
Fortnite was next.
Fortnite was, as Patches says, Fortnite was next to SE2 at DreamHack Summer. It had like 20 chairs with like maybe 10 people.
Yeah.
Keck.
StarCraft at Atlanta was awesome. That was the biggest surprise for that. Yeah. As far as like after parties, nothing crazy. No, we went to like Jimmy Buffett, and Atlanta sucks, man, for nightlife. It was bad.
Really?
We went out Saturday night or Sunday night, the last night, and there was a football game there, and like it was like Atlanta Falcons and Chicago Bears, and even those fans were like,
The
what?
Bears.
They're shutting down at like 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. or whatever, and like, what the hell? No, it was pretty sad nightlife in Atlanta. So, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, it's a bit of a bummer.
Yeah, I think BlizzCon definitely probably has better parties, but rip BlizzCon, barely even mentioned.
There was some image of StarCraft, like some StarCraft image that was shared. I don't know if it was BlizzCon related. I saw Icy Veins or Wowhead post the actual venue for BlizzCon this year. There's going to be Diablo 4 and two Overwatch things. I don't know how that's going to fare out with Overwatch,
Right.
the scene right now, but it was old promo art. Patches is saying.
I think Blizzard is just on WoW and Diablo, and they're just going to ride that until it dies.
Mhm.
I don't think they're going to come up with anything innovative other than,
or if they are, it's going to take some time.
yeah. And it won't be the new thing. It'll be some other video game creator's idea, basically.
And today is the first day of season 1 for Diablo 4. I'm starting to slowly get into that game, and there's people I think that are more hardcore into that community that are unhappy with this season, needing to I think I might misspeak here, but needing to re-level a character for the new content kind of thing. I think I've been reading some comments about that in the Diablo 4 community. So,
no, sorry, I know nothing about it. I'm not a gamer. I just play StarCraft. That's my thing, man. Like, a gamer is somebody who a brand new game that has a lot of hype came out. Oh, I'm gonna play it. I don't really care. I'm gonna stick to what I know and what I like, and chess
cool.
Chess has survived forever, and this is, I play chess, and this is my chess as well. StarCraft.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
yeah,
cool new game comes out. Like, yeah, I'm gonna play Stormgate, but like, it's not gonna give me the same longevity, I don't think, as StarCraft has or will.
Kid Chillin' in the chat, he got me to play, not with him, but on my own. There was one night where he was streaming Surf in CS. Was it CSGO? One of the Counter Strikes. And I did that in my teens. I surfed. It's called surfing. You're not actually like fighting people, like shooting a gun and stuff. You're actually what's called surfing, where you're gliding across different surfaces and trying to like navigate your way to different parts of a map. And thank you, Kid Chillin', for bringing that back into my life for even just one night of gaming. It was fun.
Nice. Never heard of it. Nice. That's fun.
All right, so that's the community for kind of Twitch chat, live events, more kind of diving in more to BlizzCon and DreamHack Atlanta. The really last topic here of the podcast here is the career, non-SC2 related, but maybe how some of these things in your life relate to SC2 or vice versa. So let you take it away with kind of being a pilot.
Sure. Yeah. I guess growing up, I like had an interest in becoming a pilot and flying, but I never knew the path. And like, there are high barriers to entry, long training times. It's very expensive. But yeah, like, I kind of joined the military, kind of like fell into that because there was kind of no option, but like I was in very good shape in the late 2000s. I started a triathlon club on campus in college and did 2 Ironmans in 2008 and 2010. And
Wow.
then like the
Like a
market.
full Ironman.
Yeah. Madison, Wisconsin, Ironman 2008 and 2010.
That is a century cycle, right? It's a 100-mile cycle.
112.
Good Lord. And then the run part, I know, is a marathon. It's 26.2 miles. And what's the swim?
2.4.
I've done one sprint triathlon, which is significantly less than this. And
I love sprints. I want to get back into sprints. So a sprint triathlon is like a quarter-mile swim, 15 to 17-mile bike ride, and then a 5K, like a 3.1-mile run. I love sprints. Done about maybe 30 or 40 of them. Sprints are great. Yeah, I love doing those.
Dude, you are a real life you are a real life Marine with like 3 upgrades and combat steel and shit and stim.
And stim. Way too much stim, yeah.
What? SKGB, what idiot would run that far?
No shit, right? Yeah. I mean, the funny thing is, Steve just did a marathon last week or 2 weeks ago in Australia too. So yeah, exactly. What idiot would run that far? I was just going for a nice leisurely swim, a nice bike ride, and then nice little run.
Marathon is the one distance I haven't done. I came very close to doing it in training, but I
don't. I mean, do it once or twice, but don't bother. I think I've. Like in my 20s, I did a few of them. I think I'm up to 10. The last one was in 2013 when I was deployed in Qatar. You
got like the full gear on, huh?
No, absolutely not. No. that would definitely cause an injury.
You're running from ghosts doing the nukes in real life.
Right. Yeah. So I did one marathon in Afghanistan on base. Like we do a Marine Corps marathon every November. It's got to be November, right? So I did the Marine Corps marathon in Afghanistan, and then I did one in Qatar as well. And then I think I've done the Green Bay, Wisconsin marathon like 6 times or so. Milwaukee, LA. I did the LA marathon in like 2000. I don't know. But yeah. I was in really good shape. And then like the market died in 2008 and 2009. And I was doing finance at the time. Like, oh yeah, I'm a 21-year-old retirement account specialist. Yeah. How's that going to go when there's a fucking recession? Right. Like, all right, let's go do something fun. Let's join the Marine Corps. Like, let's go. Yeah. And then got into aviation through the Marine Corps. And found a path to become a pilot. Crossed my mind many times when I was younger, but like how do you do that? Like, how do you get there? It's so expensive. Very, very, there's no like one school that you can go to be a pilot. There are programs, but back then I didn't know, or I was too lazy to like look into it. But yeah, very thankful that the GI Bill paid for all my flight training and where I am now. Yeah.
So do you think there's like kind of looking back on your career in the military and even going into like your pilot career, what are some correlations between what you've learned in StarCraft and in your personal life?
I definitely can say that there is advantages to playing StarCraft and then like being able to multitask and figure out what is the priority at the current moment when you're flying, and especially in the simulators when we're being tested, like what is the most important thing? Are you supply blocked? Do you not have enough workers? Is there an opportunity for you to counterattack right now? Is there a short window to do this or that? And then when you're troubleshooting your plane, like, hey, is this a thing where I need to land right fucking now? Are we on fire? Is the structural integrity of the plane in trouble? No, it's not. Okay, so we can just fly the plane and make sure we don't make it worse. Like, there's a lot of accidents that have been attributed to pilots rushing and not prioritizing what they should be doing. It's a famous one in Florida that, some insignificant warning light went off, and they decided to hold and stay in the air and troubleshoot this insignificant thing, and they ran out of fuel and crashed. Perfectly flyable plane. They could have just brought it in and landed, but they were so tunnel visioned on one thing, and they just ran out of fuel and crashed. Like, how does that happen? This is like way back in the 70s, but it's a case study that we talk about every single year.
Get chilling. Clearly a Zerg player.
Yeah, man.
The difference certainly is.
There's definitely some tie-ins to StarCraft with your normal life, if you really think about it. But like, it's not like gonna make you a genius. Like, I succeeded in business and became a millionaire because I'm good at a video game. That's gonna happen.
I would say you probably have great prioritization because your career is mission critical. You have passenger, you have lives you're responsible, including your own. Mm-hmm. If something fails, it's like you need to understand in a timely manner how to resolve that issue.
Yes.
In StarCraft, you lose max 69 MMR, and you're like, fuck, I get demoted next season.
69 MMR. How'd you come up with that number? Yeah.
Keck.
Yeah, but yeah, within the game, once it's go time, once you take off, once you push those thrust levers up and you have no more runway to stop, you're going. Once that countdown goes 3, 2, 1, you're playing a video game, and it's fun. It's exciting.
Kid chillin'. Protoss players are more baggage handlers. Could see Terran or Zerg flying a plane though.
Protoss players are probably the maintenance guys that are like, yeah, we'll just go bang on it and make sure maybe they'll fix it. It's like, you don't know what you're doing, do you? Nope. Okay, I'm going back to the hotel.
I had a bit of a intended to be funny question, but maybe there is something unbalanced here. Is anything in aviation unbalanced like StarCraft 2? Like, do you wish that something could be better in certain areas of like piloting and aviation life?
Yeah, I suppose so. In aviation, every single airline is unionized. So if I were to leave my current company and go to United or American or Delta, I would start all the way at the bottom, and I would be paid pretty low, very low.
Wow.
And I think that is very unbalanced. But if you're a doctor or you're a lawyer or you're an editor or you are you're a professional, you bring that experience with you to a new company and you will be paid accordingly.
Right.
Not true in aviation. So I'm 37. If I went to United or American or Delta,
right,
my schedule would be based on seniority. My pay would be based on seniority, not on skill.
Right. Yeah, I'm the same age as you. I'm 37, and I work in tech, and what you said applies to tech. You leave a job, you take your skills. Yeah,
you're going to be paid accordingly based on your resume. Not true in aviation. That's completely unbalanced. And I can blame unions for this, and I can blame railroads for this because it's under the Railroads Act or some legislation like that. But I feel like I'm kind of stuck in this cargo airline that I'm at, which I really enjoy. I get to fly everywhere and I get to go international. If I switch to a passenger airline, it would take me 3 to 5 years to be able to earn my place in an international plane, onto a plane. If I went to American right now, I would be flying domestic for 5 years as a first officer, as a co-pilot, would not be able to upgrade to captain for a while and make good money and be the captain. I would initially be on reserve probably for 2 years in a city that I don't live in. So yeah, seniority is everything. So that's kind of unbalanced in the aviation world.
So it's similar to StarCraft because, like, think about your career. You chose to go into you said your cargo.
Yeah.
Let's say that's equivalent to you picking Terran. Now, if you want to go into being a passenger pilot, that's essentially you like race switching. You're not going to be the same MMR. So kind of some similarity there, but that does kind of suck. Like if you want to change.
Yeah, you know the game, but you're not going to be the best at it, proficient or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
We do some passenger stuff. I haven't flown any passenger stuff with my current airline. 99% cargo. But yeah, I think that's one thing that's kind of imbalanced. Like I feel like I'm kind of stuck at my company because if I switch, I'm going to take a hit to my quality of life. I'm not going to be able to pick the schedule I want. I'm going to be on reserve. I'm going to have to be based in a city that I don't live in. I don't know, kind of rough.
Yeah. But what's some good things as far as like schedule goes, it sounds like. So
Yeah, I love the cargo schedule that I have because I can just fly 2 weeks straight and then have 2 weeks off. And then if I schedule the next month to have 2 weeks off, I could have a whole month off. I could have 4 weeks off straight.
There are so many people I think that would wish to have that schedule because you're not following
It's really nice.
the capitalistic system of 9 to 5, Monday through Friday.
Yep.
You get 10 days off a year, if that.
Yeah.
You know.
No, I can schedule my. I have my schedule. I just got it for the next 60 days. I have a 60-day schedule. And I go to some cool places when I do work. And when I have off, I have some big blocks of time off, which I want to take more advantage of. I want to do more things with my time off in the next couple of years because there's so much to do. There's so much to do in life. I do like playing StarCraft, but I'm gonna go touch grass. I'm gonna go touch a lot of grass in the next couple of years.
Some IRL streaming from the phone.
I think so, man. I don't know. Yeah, I've been dabbling in real estate since I was in the Marine Corps. I bought a place down in Yuma, Arizona, where I was stationed in the Marines, and I still own that place and rent it out. So I'm a slumlord and have 3 properties. Dabbling in Airbnb a little bit. And I think it's a good backup because, sorry for the pun, the airline industry has its ups and downs, and I could be furloughed or my company could be acquired or they could go bankrupt. So I need a backup career, and kind of real estate is kind of what I'm dabbling in on my days off when I'm not streaming and not I don't know, doing other stuff.
Yeah. Those would be good. I'm sure there's people in the StarCraft 2 community that would like to learn about that from what you've learned, what you know. So,
yeah, and like I said, I would like to potentially integrate StarCraft in flying and real estate, and just like what I had for lunch in YouTube or whatever format might be best. Not even quite sure where I want to go with that, but yeah, grass touching stream
for the Grassroots StarCraft 2 podcast. Part 2 with PR0METH1UM. We're going to be out in Arizona checking the Airbnb.
We don't have any grass. We have dirt. We have rocks and dirt and scorpions. No grass here.
Dude, I've seen the TikTok video. Is it Arizona? No, it's New Mexico. It's not Arizona. It's the woman that owns the Breaking Bad house.
Oh shit.
There's this elderly woman that owns the Breaking Bad house. And of course, people love that. That show is iconic. People love that show. They drive up to that house. It's like her job. I don't know if you've seen this before. It's her job.
So. People throw pizzas on it, right? People throw pizzas on the house.
She's so pissed off. Anytime somebody comes near that house, she rages at them and is so angry.
She shouldn't do that because that makes people want to come over there more, probably.
They do, yeah. People are making more content. I thought it was Arizona. It's actually like a neighboring. Is that a neighboring state to you? New Mexico?
It is, yeah. Albuquerque, yeah.
Yeah.
New Mexico, yeah. I don't know geometry either. It's okay.
Dinkle, we'll be pulling out the grass to check the roots for pro gamers. Keck. Nice play on words there, sir.
That is pretty good.
All right. Cool. So this is a little bit insight into your career, non-SC2 related. Yeah. So was picking Terran, as your race that you play in StarCraft, was that inspired by your military pilot career, or what made you play Terran?
I don't know. I probably think I'm pretty smooth brain and it's just the easiest to understand for me. Very, very structured. Like you build a barracks, you make Marines out of it. You make a factory, you make tanks out of it. Like warping in stuff and carriers just seem too easy to use. I don't know. I don't know why I play Terran. It's just what I'm best at right now. Yeah, if I've dabbled. I've played random. I can get in a platinum league with all races. But I just know Terran the best, and I just don't have a desire to get better at other races, I guess. So.
Mm-hmm. So it's just kind of what felt right for you, being very kind of systematic with a build order and
Yeah.
the units and sure.
Tanks are cool. Battle cruisers are cool. Come on. Like
USA.
Yeah.
USA.
Right. Flying a big battle cruiser is pretty sick. I don't know. I fly a battle cruiser essentially, or a very, very, very large medevac. So that's cool to me. Spaceships.
What is the fastest you've gone in miles per hour in freedom units?
I think I have broken 600 with a good tailwind. I think I've broken 600 knots.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no, I know I have probably around 610, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't think that's that fast. It's yeah.
The passenger planes go a bit faster, like closer to 700. Is that right?
Not really. No, they're all around 5 or upper 5s.
Okay.
Yeah. If you got a good tailwind, yeah, but no, they're not designed to do that, and there's no reason for them to go faster because there's planes in front of them that are going slower, and honestly, the infrastructure couldn't handle planes going faster. You can't land planes that quick, and they're all going to the same place, right? And you need a required amount of spacing in between the planes. So getting there faster does not help you, because I have flown from San Jose, sat on the ground for 45 minutes because there was a ground stop in LA because they had too many planes. They had too much volume. We finally took off, flew from San Jose to LA, which is like a 45-minute flight, hour 15 or something. And we sat on the ground in LA because our gate was blocked. We sat on the ground in LA for another hour. So these poor passengers are sitting on the plane for like 2.5 hours on the ground for a 45-minute flight. Like,
if you account for TSA and check-in, you're almost looking at the total drive time.
Oh, it's awful. That's so bad. And that's one reason I don't want to fly passengers anymore either. Like if I get delayed as a cargo pilot, I'm like, big deal. Whatever. It's fine. It's okay. Nobody's going to miss their connection, but it sucks making that announcement. Like yeah.
Anybody in chat go on a passenger plane and play StarCraft? Like, let us know. Like in an actual like flight, has anybody played StarCraft in an actual
on a plane?
On a plane.
I've played when I've been in the back on
like campaign
on rest. No, I played a 1v1 versus AI.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I played AI on my plane.
Patches has played in a car. This sounds like Throw Up City. I could not handle the motion.
That'd be fine. I could play. If we had internet on my plane, I would play. If I'm deadheading somewhere, I should try it. I should try it just to do it.
Patches Canada Rush said Diamond 3 player in a car with a touchpad. Dude, there's somebody in the StarCraft 2 universe out there that's a Diamond 3, and they have PTSD, not even knowing the full backstory of Patches cannon rushing. They're on their way to Cheesadelphia getting cannon rushed.
I can't beat a touchpad, but I remember one time I had a battery operated mouse, a wireless mouse with a battery in it, and the battery died. So I was playing on just the touchpad, and I beat the guy halfway through the game on the touchpad. But that was like way back when I was like silver or gold league. Patches is like you didn't beat him like Diamond 3. You said fuck. That's still impressive
with a touchpad. Yeah. I took 3 or 4 years off from StarCraft 2, and I didn't have a PC at the time. This was end of 2021. I just had a Mac. I had a MacBook Pro. I had the 13-inch from like 2020, not even the M1 processor. And that's how I got back into StarCraft 2 with like 3 or 4 years off. I was playing, my account tanked to bronze. I played with touchpad for one night, and I was like, fuck this. I got a mouse. I went from bronze to plat with just MacBook and mouse. And I was like, it's time to get a computer again.
Yeah. I'm going to take a really quick break again. I'll be right back. If you guys want to prompt some questions, pilot questions, fitness questions, real estate stuff, whatever, open book over here, but I'll be right back.
All right. Thank you, Prometheum. Yeah, we're about to wrap up the podcast here. We're at the end of the kind of career non-SEC related section here. There's only actually one more bullet point if he wants to talk about fitness a bit. But then after that, we've got the text-based Q&A with you, chat. And I've got 4 questions. We've addressed one of them, which was the StarCraft 3 drunk rumor. There was a drunk AMA tweet from a Blizzard employee that we kind of previously spoke about. And got 2 questions from Dave, one from SKJB. So if you have a question for Prometheum and you're still listening, appreciate all of you hanging out in the chat. We're approaching 3 hours now for the podcast, so we're getting close to the duration of Dave's episode. Yeah, it was a Blizzard employee. Maybe I can try to find this. It was like SC3 drunk. There was I still have the link here. So Zombie Grub made a video on her YouTube channel that Prometheum linked. This is that video. StarCraft 3 rumored or just clickbait. This was from 6 days ago. I wasn't even aware that Zombie Grub had a YouTube, so I subscribed to her during this podcast. Oh, was it somebody not from the Blizzard employee? It was Windows Central. Not really sure exactly who it was. I'll have to kind of research more into this. We got an additional question from Akeso. Thank you. I'll add this to the doc here. Let's see here. All right, welcome back, Prometheum.
Thank you. Good to be here. Good to be back. Good to be refreshed.
We've got one more question in the career non-SEC related section here. It's about fitness. Not sure if you want to talk about. We kind of talked a bit about that a little bit, but
yeah, probably at the low point in my fitness life right now. Fastest marathon is 3:26. I've never really been a big lifter.
That is fast, sir. That is fast. My half.
That was back when I was like. That was back when I was like 24, 25. That was like definitely peak fitness. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my half is 142, and so that's doing double the distance pretty much at what I did for a half.
I was running a lot. That was when I was in Wisconsin. Don't think I was like ready to join the Marine Corps yet. Then I don't remember.
You could qualify for Boston with that time, huh?
No, absolutely not. No, you have to be like 250, 255 for my age group.
Boston's strict as hell, huh?
The funny thing is, though, that I got a degree in economics and I worked in finance for John Hancock, and they are the title sponsor for the Boston Marathon. And I was able to run Boston through an employee program. So I ran the 2009 Boston Marathon. Like, I did not deserve to be there, and it was amazing. But yeah, I ran Boston 2009, like 3:55, nice and slow. I enjoyed it. It was good. I enjoyed it. It was a little bit rainy. It was a tough year. Not that bad, but it was wet.
Yeah, what an experience. That's like if you're going to run a marathon in the U.S., it's
definitely a bucket list thing. Yep.
Bucket list, New York, Boston.
Chicago's pretty good. I want to do Chicago someday.
I've heard Chicago has like is it in the summer? They have heat problems, right? People freaking getting heat exhaustion and like borderline dying.
I think it's in October, and it has absolutely been a freak heat wave in October in Chicago. And yeah, I think, man, it was over a decade ago, but yeah, they had some random humid, like, yeah, it's insane. I look like a Marine now.
Buckstar Shot saying Prometheum does look like a Marine now that he mentioned that like 10 minutes ago.
Go.
You got that Marine vibe, bro.
I hear you, sir.
Go.
Dude, you just triggered like Artosis stream in my brain.
Nice.
I hear you, sir. Dude, I've never played Brood War, but I just watch Artosis and I hear the sounds.
My first full that I ever did was about 4:45, Steve. Yeah. And it went downhill from there. I think my last one was right 4 hours flat, and that was in the middle of the night in Qatar. Humid as hell. It was awful. I was like, that was my last marathon. I'm like, I don't want to do these anymore. I would do a half again, but I'm not in shape to do that now.
Hi, Pimplar, fellow streamer. Welcome. The only gym I go to is Jim Beam.
I like that.
Well played. Well played, sir.
I joined a CrossFit gym about 2 years ago, and I hate it, but I go, and the people are good. It's like I don't work out hard enough on my own anymore, and I've definitely trended the wrong way in the weight category. And I go back there, and I'm like, man, my endurance sucks. I can't do this. So I actually last week I wrote on the goal board, I want to do a 25-minute 5K, and I want to get back to 20 strict pull-ups. So that's what I wrote on the goal board at the CrossFit gym a week ago.
Nice, man. You'll get it.
I don't know, man. That's tough to do. We're 37, man. We're old. We're old.
My running slowed down a bunch. I was doing
it's just like StarCraft. You have to have better expectation management. Like what can we realistically do? Like
Yep.
Like 20 is the max score for a Marine Corps physical fitness test. Like getting back to that'd be tough. And once you hit once we hit 40, man, like it's going to be harder to regain strength, if not impossible. Like, so whatever we bring into 40, like that's going to be the best shape we'll ever be in. We can.
Dude, I went ham with running in my 20s. 5:07 mile.
Fuck, holy shit.
19:01 5K. I wanted the 5K lower based on the mile time.
I've definitely been in the 18s for a 5K in high school, but
I wanted sub 19 so bad. I could never get it.
Yeah, definitely got it. I won a JV cross country race in high school. That's like my peaked in high school like thing. Like
Heck.
Won a JV race. That was awesome, man. That was a good day. Like wow. Even like one of my friends that I was running with, he's like, hey man, you're going out way too fast. Slow down. And I'm like, no man. I feel good. And I just fucking left him in the dust. It was funny.
That adrenaline in those races really gets to you, you know?
I don't know what it was that day, man. It was good.
SKJB, my dad started running in his 50s and could do a sub 4-hour marathon. Dude, that is based as hell.
My dad, same thing. Yep. We, like the four of us, my siblings, three of us did cross country. And my dad would come to it, and he wouldn't really like run or whatever. But then when I was in college and started doing marathons and stuff, he's like, all right, he would come to those and be like, it's a fun environment watching a marathon. And he's like, oh, I want to try one of these. And the Green Bay Marathon is really fun. You go through Lambeau Field, you go through the Green Bay Packers Stadium. It's a really flat course, very easy. He's done that a few times, and he's still running. He's 63. He's 63 and still runs. Great shape.
We need a StarCraft mod where it's the Marine in a permanent stim state where they're just like kind of running. You know, this is what we're talking about here.
Yeah, man. That's it. That's what Celsius will do to you too, man. Oh, I had a Celsius the other day at like 3 p.m. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't get to sleep. It was awful.
Yeah.
Do not drink Celsius after noon.
I had Celsius right at the start of this podcast, 8:30 p.m. We're still going. We're gonna do the show match, aren't we? After we finish.
I'm down. Yeah. Twilight Circuit. Let's fucking go.
Twilight Circuit for Mr. Patches. We'll give your map a go.
That'd be super cool, man.
Speaking of Patches, Patches said yesterday I played a TVT versus my GM Zerg friend on 200% speed. I didn't even know that was a thing. Today I learned.
Oh, that sounds awful.
I went 8 rack stim marine on 200%.
I'm sure it's a mod. Yeah, I think pig. Is it a pig mod? Or whose mod is that? There's like all sorts of different things you can do on that mod, I think.
Hi, Hempler. This is a good question. We'll address this now because we're kind of on the topic of fitness before we go into the actual remainder of the questions here. Question from Hi Pimplar. Question for a guy that's only done a half marathon 20 years ago. What do you do when you have to tinkle or even worse, a deuce? I'll let you answer first.
Yeah, most marathons are set up that they have porta potties especially in the beginning, like the first 6 miles, there's porta potties and water stations every mile. So I'm not going to mess around. I'm not trying to win the damn thing. I'm going to stop for a porta potty. I will wait in line for one. If I got to go, I got to go. I'm not trying to break any records here. So I'm not going to poop my pants, but they do it. Elite runners all the time.
Right,
If you're an age group runner, like if you're in your 30s and you can win your age group, there are people that will take that risk or whatever.
They will.
But if you are a trained runner, you will know your body well enough that you won't eat the wrong things the night before, or you won't drink too much that you
right
run
before
into
the
those
run.
issues.
Yeah.
Like, you know your body well enough.
Yeah, and you can read your body. Like for me, before a race, like I would always have a ritual of like just emptying out my bladder as much as possible.
Absolutely.
Like like certain things with diet, you know, like caffeine's gonna trigger like taking a deuce. Or I have a funny story actually. I was living with my parents in my 20s. I was going to college, and I would have this different running routes around my town. This is back in South Florida, and this is the only time I've had to like. It was just like go time. I had to take a deuce during a run. There was no way I'd make it back home type of situation.
Yeah.
And this was South Florida. Likely it's very hot down there. So I'm only wearing running shorts, no shirt, just running shoes. I couldn't make it home. I went behind a giant ficus bush that is next to an apartment complex, dropped the deuce in the ficus tree bush thing. I think I used some of the leaves as toilet paper. And
I've done it, and I use my socks. I just use my socks. They're gone. If you see me running without socks, I had a nice one. That's good. Yeah, crushing Taco Bell the night before, not a good idea.
I wish I had my channel point. I have a Taco Bell sound for my chat because I'm a fan of Taco Bell. And
me too, man. Cheesy Gordita Crunch with the Doritos Locos Tacos.
Oh, Cheesy Gordita Crunch, Chalupa, and Crunchwrap Supreme. That is my order, man.
Ugh. The Doritos Locos Tacos. For some reason, when I have layovers in Anchorage, I will order in Taco Bell every time that I'm in Anchorage, because I don't like going out in Anchorage. Right now, during the summer, it's just inundated with tourists and not fun. And during the winter, it's too fucking cold to do anything. So
in Alaska, I've been there.
It's awful. I don't like it.
And the lighting, right? I mean, the natural light, like in the middle of the night, you can like I think it was like 2 a.m. or 1 a.m. I landed there or something, and it was like
still
daytime.
Bright out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Still bright out. Absolutely. Yeah. It's so weird.
Looks like Kid Chillin' even has a beefy burrito emote. That's awesome, man.
I'm hungry. I'm gonna order some. Only 11:30. Not bad.
Not bad.
Taco Bell.
We've got the text-based Q&A with chat now, so let's go through some of these questions. The first question is from SKJB. Question: who is your favorite? I think he's talking about person. It is you, sir. SKJB.
He's talking about SKJB or Akeso or ATC Racer. I think Steve's my favorite.
There it is.
I'm not going to give a reason.
This next one here, we've definitely talked about. I gave a link actually in their most recent break here, for folks for that Zombie Grub YouTube video, going over the
SC3 drunk rumor thoughts. Like I said, if Frost Giant and Stormgate succeeds, I think we will see a StarCraft 3.
Rip a queso. Next question from Mr. Dave Testa. Do you think if Stormgate is successful, they will have... Did I mistype? I just copied and pasted this. Do you think if Stormgate is successful, they will have... Do you think they will hire Stormgate as consultants at the least? Are you still here, Dave? Not sure.
Do you think Blizzard will hire Stormgate consultants? I think that question means if Stormgate is successful, do you think Blizzard will try to like poach Stormgate employees?
Oh, interesting.
Blizzard StarCraft 3.
Yeah.
I don't know. No, that's too hard to tell. I have no idea. No idea.
Yeah, I don't think that's a thing.
I think they have released enough like content that they could reverse engineer a lot of what they've done, and especially with advancements in computing, like StarCraft 2 is from 2010, right? Like with what resources we have available now, I don't think they'll have to poach anybody or whatever. You can just do what you need to. I think the finesse in RTS is getting the unit balance correct, which I don't have any experience or knowledge in how you do that. But if all the good people that know about that are at Stormgate, that's, I don't know. All you can do is copy the same units that they have. I'm not creative enough to think of new units and new things and new ways to do stuff, but there are people that can.
And I think also I agree with what Patches is saying in the chat here. I don't think they'd even want to go to Blizzard, meaning like I don't think I'd want that our Frost Giant employees would want to go back to Blizzard. I totally agree. Based on some of the conversations we've seen in interviews where it seems like the culture they've established, like they had a good time at Blizzard. They did some great work there, but this is really the next chapter that they're building. So
yeah.
Next question from Dave. You mentioned new people, etc. Do you like the chance that we have a less gatekeep game potentially?
Yeah, absolutely. StarCraft 2 is definitely hard to get into, and if you don't play the right way, like, I don't think it's as bad as Dota or League of Legends, but I don't think StarCraft 2 gatekeeps against new players nearly as much. There's some out there for sure with Smurfs and people that just like chat you up and say, "What the fuck are you doing?" But if we have a new game like Stormgate, there definitely should be initially the chance of less gatekeeping, because everyone's going to be trying to figure out the game and innovate, and nobody knows what the right way to play. So,
no, I think we're getting another little audio hiccup here. Let's give it a little bit of time. So the video froze and the audio is becoming glitchy here. Not sure if you can hear me, Prometheum.
I can.
Okay. Yeah, let's give it a few seconds here. Yeah, I kind of agree with I think what talking about gatekeeping here. And from what we've seen from Frost Giant about Stormgate, they're going to have at least 2 different modes. They're going to have the 1v1 for the pros and like the fans that want to play that and watch that. Prometheum in the chat saying maybe someone is trying to call me on my 56K dial-up. But I think there's going to be a 3v3 mode that I think Frost Giant is poising to have the casual fan base and attract a lot of people in that way. So hi Pimplar. Prometheum is rocking that AOL. Prometheum saying Netscape. These are some OG days of the internet. All right, let's do a little test, Prometheum. Your video, it looks like it's restoring here.
We'll see.
Oh yeah, it's the audio. So we're in that state now where the audio I think is a bit delayed.
Okay. Are we back?
The video's back, but yeah, the audio's still a little bit delayed. So we'll wait a little bit more.
Yeah, at least it's there. Frustrating.
Kid chillin'. RTS is more fun with friends, and SC2 is pretty solo focused. I absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. Patches, Frost Giant knows what they did quote unquote wrong with StarCraft 2 in terms of making it easier for new players to start. I hope you're right that they know what they did wrong, and then they're making the improvements needed for that. Patches, I think they'll do a good job of making Stormgate welcoming. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful, dude.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, you're back, Prometheum. Online, everything looks crisp. Looks good. Nice. Next question from Akeso. What podcast do you listen to today, Prometheum?
I think that was in response to like when I was talking about real estate and stuff. Bigger Pockets. Bigger Pockets is pretty much all I listen to for real estate stuff. They're on like 700 episodes. I went to a real estate conference last month in Phoenix here, and there were some really cool people there. With I don't need to get too deep into it, but like everyone knows that interest rates are high if you're looking to buy a home or whatever right now. So there's ways to take over people's mortgages and buy their house and take over their mortgage at a lower interest rate. So that's called Subject to. So that's kind of the hot way to acquire property right now is called Subject to, where you just take over their existing mortgage at 3, 4, 5% interest rate instead of a new mortgage at 7%. So That's mostly Pace Morby, RBY. His YouTube channel is super cool on learning how to do that. If you want to acquire properties at lower interest rates, but I want to buy going forward. I want to buy 1 or 2 properties a year, like I said, to kind of offset the unknowns of the aviation industry, because Pan Am is gone, Continental is gone, U.S. Airways is gone. All these airlines, they don't last forever. So, and like I said, if I switch to an airline because mine goes under, I start at the bottom, lower pay, lower seniority, lower scheduling. Sucks.
All right. The last question, I didn't put it in the doc, but it was recently from SKJB. If you could be any SU2 unit, which would you be?
Man, lately I've loved the Liberator. Clips of it from pros, like Euthermal killing a ton of Vikings with them, or Mutalisks, or in TVP. Liberators, man. Liberators with lib range, or in their air-to-air with 8+ libs, man. That splash damage, once you get that many, libs are dope. That's my favorite unit right now. I'm not good at them, but I love watching it. There's this weird TVZ build where you make Hellbats and Liberators and just push on one base, like early on. That's a fun cheese. But yeah, libs. Kind of underestimated. They suck in the mid game, but like early on they're good, and then late game when there's like 8 or more of them, super good.
I learned from Harstom's YouTube channel that when libs have the +2 upgrade, they can
two-shot stalkers.
They can 2-shot stalkers. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. When it doesn't matter what armor upgrade they have. Yeah. Yeah. I'm a pilot, so that makes sense. I want to be a liberator. Just like sit there, siege, and Q with a bunch of damage.
Nice. All right, this was the last question. So now we're gonna have the outro here, where we can just the floor is gonna be yours, Prometheum. You can plug your socials, your Discord, your stream. The mic is yours, sir.
Sure, man. I stream very sporadically, so don't sub to me. If you want to follow and hang out, yep, Prometheum PR0METH1UM. I don't know why I spelled that out way, but it's actually awful. Oh, not good. But yeah, click that link. Give me a follow there. I tweet very occasionally. YouTube, I've got some YouTube videos. Lately, I've been clipping together ATC Racers clips from his stream. Follow ATC Racer, good buddy of mine. But yeah, man. Yeah, that's about it. Appreciate it.
Well, again, thank you, Prometheum, for coming on the podcast. This has been episode 15 of the Grassroots StarCraft 2 podcast. If you didn't catch the entirety of the podcast, you came in from a raid, from patches, or I forgot there was another raid. I apologize. Forgot who it was, but yeah,
Ranger.
Ranger. Yes, Ranger. The podcast will be on my YouTube channel. It'll be on every major podcast platform. I'm usually pretty good about getting the episode up within 24 to 48 hours of the live recording of it. But yeah, thank you all for hanging out in the chat, engaging. We had some really good laughs and some really good times here. So thank you again, Prometheum.
Thank you, PCH. Awesome show you put together. And yeah, congrats on nice StarCraft podcast you got here going. It's awesome.
Thank you. All right. Take care, everyone.
Peace.